stands, old hands, find a man, not a man, understand, he's the daddy son of Sam, man, hey, they found the Lord of Pain. Dark words overheard, nipple twist, rug burn, demon bird, doom heard, me and Stevie Gutenberg, liar, in the lake of fire. Satan, can you hear us? We are on our way. God just like you are praise today. That's the Akamai way.
Yeah. It is too bright in here. What have you done?
Is the big light on?
No, is the big light on? No.
I know.
You ballsed up the backlights. I gotta say though, guys.
Yeah.
I'm looking great.
Lighting, man.
It's not the lighting, it's the hair.
No, it's the lighting. It's all the lighting.
Because now I've stopped the slicking back and I'm just kind of like slicking to the side. It's the hair. I'm hot. Hang on, that's it. I'm hot. I mean,
yeah.
Here's what I've been thinking, right?
Be careful now.
There we go. We've got a show. We got a show. Love the opening credits to this show. Let me tell you, the guy behind the graphics, Jeff, Popazy Design, is in the chat right now. Big up Popazy.
Yeah.
The guy behind the music, Dan, I'm afraid is dead.
Oh, not again.
Again. Yes, he is. We're not starting... we're a bit quiet. Sorry, guys. We're a bit quiet. We'll come louder. We are not starting the show until we get 1,001 subs tonight. 1,001 subs tonight. Who man just subscribed? That's one. We just need 1,000. Happy election. Happy election, madam.
I haven't had an election for ages.
Happy election, viewers. Happy election, Adrian Bullen. Mm-hmm. Happy election, St. John, who is an American. He says.
He sounds like one.
I think he was born in Costa Rica. I am looking great as always, Iain Lee, fan number one. Thank you so much indeed. You're absolutely right. Busy show tonight. We're missing a trick. Can you check? Can someone check? I'll check.
Did you get in your thing again?
No, but it's being. It turns out I hadn't. I don't think I'd done it properly, so I've done it again. I will be in at some point this week. Oh, big boy, the stray cat. Timid. He's not in there. He's in a minute. Slept on the bed last night. Yes. Slept on the bed last night. I know. He slept on the bed last night.
Is it because you put sardine oil on it?
It's because I put wrap a knob in a bit of bacon.
Oh my God.
He slept on the bed last night and it was great. So I've got 5 cats, four cats and Big Boy, this stray. And he's really timid and he won't come near me. The last week, he's sort of been coming out as I fed the other cats and he eats with the other cats. I got to stroke him a little bit today as I was feeding him. And most of the cats sleep on my bed and Big Boy sleeps downstairs. And then last night I texted Kath when she was on her way home. I said, Catherine, I've got 2 of the cats on the bed and Big Boy is sat in the doorway and he won't cross the threshold, but he's staring at me.
Do you think he's a vampire?
I think he might be. So I invited him in. And then I'm sort of on my side and I felt George walking up my arm. I said, George, stop it. And I turned over. It was Big Boy walking up my arm. I went to stroke him, he ran off. But he spent most of the night at the end of the bed by my feet.
Gosh, hashtag scenes.
Iain Lee fan number 1. Lucky Big Boy.
God.
Sorry?
God.
And so he slept at the end of the bed for most of it. I woke up at one point in the night, he was still there. I woke up a bit later, he wasn't there. That's amazing, man. That is proper. That is the thing I'm proudest of in the last 6 months.
Your relationship with Big Boy is exactly the same as mine with Willow. It's crumbs of emotion. We're happy to lap up from those arseholes, let's be honest.
I don't go anywhere. I don't lap his arsehole.
What I'm saying is, we're grateful for the bare minimum from them.
It's really funny because I've got 3 girls, 2 sisters, and I got a girl and a boy who are brother and sister, and Big Boy. And I was interested to see. I haven't had a boy cat since I was a kid, and now I've got 2. And I was interested to see what the relationship would be. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be tense between the 2 boys, but they're like mates. And George, well, the other day, Big Boy just sits in the living room like this, right, in the middle of the room, so he can see everything.
Giving everyone evils.
Like this. And then Big Boy sort of goes up to him and then just falls over in front of him and does this.
Oh, George does that.
George does this fabulous stretch in front of Big Boy. He's like, yeah, I'm just stretching.
Yeah.
Oh, I can fight as well if you want. You know, he does all of that.
I think that's him trying to be casual.
Yeah, I love it. So big boy slept on the bed last night. I've not really stroked him. I manage, if I feed him, he'll come while I'm putting the food in. But if you touch him, he jumps back. But today I managed to stroke because he was so hungry. I managed to stroke him. So I'm thrilled. Remember we used to have big boy cam? Yes. And now he's sleeping on my bed. Great. Well, that's the show tonight. Thank you so much for watching. We hope... I think we're missing a trick. Are we on the front page? Oh, here's Pat's. Are we on the front page? Because if we are, we're missing a trick. And if not, we've missed a trick.
Hi, Pat.
Oh, balls, we're not on the front page. Yeah, we're on the front page. Right. Now, if you look at the front page, right, we're on there. That TOS. But it doesn't...
Keep some of your mystery.
It doesn't tell us anything. You look at the front page and you see an old man and someone that could potentially be his mum sat there, right? It doesn't tell you anything. So what we need to do, and we need to put something up, right, that people on the homepage will go, shit, this looks great. So here's my idea, is I'm going to put, this is a phone-in show, right? So I'm putting this up. Have I got a loc up top? I haven't, Matty, I'm afraid.
Vests seem to be
so
the
that
key.
right. So where is those words? It's up there, right? See, it's tiny here, right? See, it's tiny. Pats, this is. We'll use you in a minute. We will exploit you. So we need that on. There we go. Now that's on the front page. Okay. That's on the front page. We're going to make it move. We're going to make it move. We're going to make it move, right? Because now you go to the front page, right? I'll show you. This is marketing. I've been reading about marketing. Not reading about it. I saw an advert in a magazine.
I saw an advert
in a magazine. I thought, we could do that. So, Twitch. Oh, and I forgot to say, online you can watch the show on PlayStation and stuff. You can watch the show on PlayStation and stuff. If you don't know how, we'll tell you how a little bit later on. Right. So this is a phone-in show, right? Now suddenly that looks more attractive, right? Suddenly that looks more attractive. This is a phone-in show, okay? What else can we put on there?
Sexy. This is a sexy phone-in show.
Oh, that's confusing now because I can't show you that because that confuses everything. Right. Well, I don't mean what. Can you put another word into that sentence?
I think sexy phone-in show would get it. You watch. Put it in. And
all right. What are the numbers now? I'm going to put the word sexy in.
496.
All right. Okay, so we're going to put the word sexy in.
Yeah.
And we're going to see what happens, all right?
Mm-hmm.
This is I'll do it in capitals, yeah? No, that's Ceci.
Secky.
This is
Ceci.
So
sassy. So sassy.
So sexy, sir. So this is a sexy phone-in show. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do it colour, right? And it's going to look, here's the thing. For you lot, it's going to look
crapola.
It's going to look awful. I don't care about you lot. We've got you lot. We've got you lot. It's the others that we haven't got, right? You can put up with it for a bit. So, use Google for font styles. Let's do it in a good font. Let's do it in a good font.
We seem to have lost 10 by putting sassy in.
Okay, that's fine.
But they could just be they're just scared.
Comic Sans.
They're not ready.
Comic Sans, I'm thinking.
Oh, it's going up. It's going up. It's going up quite a lot.
It's going up quite a lot. All right, we're going to put up 20 people. Comic Sans. Text transform.
Is that sexy? Is that sexy?
Well, what would you say?
Gadoogie.
Gadoogie? No, that's bollocks.
So look.
Impact.
Yeah.
Right, we're in. Now, how do we do colour? We want to do colour.
Yeah.
I want to do. Here you go. Background colour. Background colour. Red.
Yeah, of course.
Done. Okay, that doesn't change it at all. Now I want to make it scroll. So we're going to go to... How did I make this one scroll? The phone number. What did I do to make the phone number scroll? Alignment top left. How do you make the word scroll? SC. Oh, I've got rid of it. Oh, it's back. How do I make it scroll? This is Gestalt. Oh, it's got filter. Filter, scroll. Right, okay, so we're going to add a filter. This is it. Jesus, this is so good. Add a filter. This is a sexy phoning show. Add filter.
Yeah.
Scroll. Oh, well. Scroll.
Ow. Ow. I'm getting scratched up by Pats.
There we go. I'll put it on vertical a little bit as well. Now.
It's too fast.
No, I don't think that is too fast. Now, that is perfect. Now, we're going to lose a little bit of the picture.
Can you make it pink?
Look at it. It doesn't make sense. Hang on a minute. Right. Hang on a minute.
Do you know what I'm seeing? Phone in. Phone in.
This is not working.
Virtually subliminal messaging.
Filters. Right. Slow this down. Vertical speed.
Slow it. Sexy.
Whoa.
Oh, no. That's not sexy. That's too fast.
Right, I'm going to get the vertical speed. We don't want any vertical. The vertical is what's doing it.
Sexy.
So vertical. There. It's horizontal. That's too fast. We want it nice. Oh, it's going back the other way. Hang on. No.
It does. St. John says this this is a saxophone.
This is a saxophone. All right. Well, maybe there's a lot of sax players out there. None of this is sexy. All of this is sexy, Jalford. Right. Well, so now we want to make it green. Pink, did you say?
Pink. It's got to be pink.
Right. And also,
sexy has got to be in pink.
It needs to be one line. I don't think I can do different words. Can I make that pink? How do I change the colour?
Yes, mate.
Well, I did that and it didn't do anything.
There it is.
There we go, pink. That's too slow. So it's got to be sped up. We're getting there, but we just got 5 subs from Burly Turtle.
It's because we finally found his
Look
frequency.
at the numbers going up, man.
You pervert.
This is it. This is it. This is for the front page. Burly Turtle loves the Seki. All right, Jeff. We're not all computer warlocks. Oh, it's gone. Hang on a minute. So, right, so we've got to have a little space there. We want to speed it up. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. That feels a little bit slow.
A fraction.
So we go there. We go properties, filters. I'm going to speed it up. Let's go to 25. There we go.
Yeah, sexy.
I think. Right, I think we need a picture of a celebrity. Brett Michaels. Brett Michaels, right, from Poison.
By the way, we saw the end of the first series of Rock of Love with Brett Michaels from Poison.
So the person that wins it, it's a dating show with the lead singer from Poison. The person that wins it doesn't get to see him for 6 months until the reunion show.
No. And in the meantime, she had time to think, which was something that he hadn't bargained for. It was wonderful.
So we get a nice picture of Brett Michaels. We'll save image as Brett and call that Brett. That's going to go there, right? And then Brett exists already. Yeah,
well, we know he exists. We've seen him
so now we're going
working his way through the contestants.
This is, and I'm sorry this is confusing to you guys. This is just for the front page.
Oh, look, why you used to look like. That's why he keeps doing that thing with the wig.
Yeah.
Oh, what a
so
shame.
we can add an image. We're going to add Brett. Okay, add source.
It's gone up quite a lot.
Isn't it? Yes. We've got to have 100 since we did this.
100 horny new viewers.
I'm so sorry.
That wasn't what you came here for, was it?
Right, so then we put that there. But I think we can go better. Because I think we can do this.
Oh, God.
We can do that. We can make Brett Michaels scroll.
Yes.
So we put that down there. Okay. What else do we need? Because on the front page, you check the front page, right? I can't get my mouse over there.
Does it look good now? Does it look professional?
It looks professional. What do we need now?
We need something for the gents. Let's get
Sam Fox?
No, not Sam Fox. It needs to be someone a bit more. What about Pammy?
There you go.
I don't want him anywhere near my face. I've seen where he's been.
Put him there. You want Pamela Anderson?
Yeah,
all
we
right.
need Pammy.
This is going to be great. And I'm really sorry that if it's upsetting, it might be causing you headaches and stuff. It's just for the front page. It's just for the front page. George's woman has gifted 100 bits and Tuna's resubscribed. So we're doing well. Which one of...
It's got to be swimsuit Pam.
There we go, that one. Like that. She may be in a swimsuit. We don't know.
I don't think she is there.
You don't know?
I think she's put that behind her.
Okay. Oh, let's go. You're right. Let's go sexy swimsuit.
Yeah.
Let's go. Should I put in Pamela Anderson home video?
Oh God, no.
Why? Why?
Because that's supreme toss. There.
That one.
Oh, but then you got double there.
I can crop her.
Okay, cropper.
Save image as Pammy. Right. So we got that. So we're gonna. This is gonna be great. This is great. This is what we needed. It just hit me last night. The front. No one's coming to the show because it looks boring on the front page. Make it look good. Make it look good.
New to this too, says Susie Dent. We need to draw in the clever ones. The clever ones are already here, mate.
I don't want clever people because then they'll realise we don't actually have much of an act. It's thick people that we like. You guys. So we get rid of that. Oh, hang on. I press Alt. And there we go. We got that. So we put that there. We'll add let's see if we can add a filter onto her. What can we do with her? Filters.
Michael cries. Hi, I've just tuned in as I hear this is a sexy show. Looking forward to all sorts of sexy fun tonight.
Let's sharpen. So we're going to sharpen. I don't know what that means.
We're just saying, Michael, we've seen the last of the first series of Rock of Love. What a turnabout, eh? 6 months to think.
So we're going to put another filter in. We're going to get rid of that filter. That doesn't do anything. We're going to.
Apparently these two used to be a couple.
It doesn't surprise me because he looks like Kid Rock.
Yeah. Well, he looks like her and she looks like him.
There we go. We go. Oh, now we got that. We're going to have to... Here we go.
Oh, this is looking gorgeous.
Right. Now if we go to the front page...
Yeah.
This is flipping... Oh, she needs to be behind the words, otherwise you can't see it.
Yeah.
This is a sexy phone-in show.
Yeah.
Now we wait.
I mean, it's working.
Numbers are going up. Right, now here's what we do. Here's what we do. Add text. This you couldn't do this on the radio. Are we on the radio, Catherine?
No.
So that we can do anything we want, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to call this cash.
Cash.
Right, now it says this text, right? Win. Where's the dollar sign? 1 million. Fuck it, why are we being so tight? $1 billion. Now.
We're not saying that you can do that here.
No.
So technically we're clear.
Just go and win it.
Yeah.
What colour would you like that?
That needs to be in gold.
There we go. Yeah. Now, so there is...
This is looking so classy.
So that's tiny, so we're going to make that really big. That's got to be the big one. That's good. Oh, I wonder if you... Hang on a minute. I don't work. I can work out how to do it.
It's going up. This is working. This is all working.
There we go.
That says win $1.
No. Don't worry. We're going to scroll it.
I should have known you'd have thought of this.
Got to add a little gap in.
There's an excellent idea in the chat from Doc Nader. Free beer. Free beer. Do it. Yeah. Free beer.
Oh, this is so good. Why didn't we think of this before? We're old-fashioned. Someone said this is... Who said that? This looks like what a future TV always looked like in 80s movies. We call this one Free Beer. And this one should be Comic Sans because it's a little bit... This is fun. This is fun.
Chug a lug, baby.
Comic Sans. Free Beer. That should be like brown because it's earthy.
Yeah.
Where is that? It's going to be tiny somewhere. That's Alpha Sync, who I think I can hear them emailing saying...
Can we have that computer back, please?
Why can't I...
Where is the free beer? So hard to find.
It's so tiny. It's up there. There it is.
No.
It's up there. I can't quite catch it. There. What is that? I don't know what I'm doing there.
That's not going to be one of the bonds, is it?
Hang on. Oh, we've gone. Oh, no, we've gone.
We don't need us. We don't need us. This is all people want to see.
The front page. How could you not click on that?
I think it looks great.
How could you not click on that?
We've gone up by 120 odd
Since we disappeared.
since making a few minor modifications.
Free beer, where is it? Why can't... It's up there, it's so tiny. It's there.
No.
Hello? That's
Where's
not
the
it.
free beer?
I think that's... Oh, it's up here. There it is. Where is it? It's there. It's right in the middle. Is it? Where's free beer gone? I can't see
Mate,
it. It's there.
do another one.
I don't want to do another one.
Why? It might mess with the very carefully designed page.
Free beer. Oh, the text is gone. There's no text in it.
Oh, we're looking for non-existent free beer.
There we go.
Fittingly.
Free beer.
That's got to be in...
It's Comic Sans.
Yeah, but what colour? Green.
Okay, you want green. All right.
No, too wholesome. It needs to be in
I've got all the colours.
blue.
Right, now where
Can you
is
see
it?
it?
Where? It's there somewhere.
Not there.
Hang on.
Where are you, free beer? Where are you?
It's up here. Hang on. It's free beer. Transform. Let's put it to screen.
There
Yeah!
it is. Leave it.
How do
It's
we
fine.
make it flash?
Perfect. Oh.
There's got to be a flash. Does anyone know how I can make this free beer flash? It won't be filter, I don't
Can you
think.
outline it? Because it looks a little bit... maybe it's a bit too big.
Okay, all right. Hang on a minute.
Outline. There it is.
There we go. That's better. You're right. You're actually right. I wasn't... When you said it, I wasn't sure. But now it's there. I'm
now
like...
when it flashes,
yeah.
it's going to even better.
How do we make something flash? So we're going to go to filters. I don't want to scroll again, but I've got crop cut, color correction, scaling, scroll, render delay. Would it be render
This
delay?
does remind me a bit of MySpace.
Let's go for render delay 12. No, it doesn't do anything. Will the show be available to download in 32 kilobytes per second to my Rio MP3 player? Could you try and make it a bit more colourful and animated? I think you are. I think you are being.
I think you're being a troll
I think you're trolling.
in a hole.
I think you're trolling. Chroma key sharpen apply. No, you can't. It's just a scroll. There's no way to make it flash. That's a real downside.
I think we found the hole in this whole programme, haven't we?
It's a real downside of this. I don't know what that does, so I'm just going to... I don't know what that does, so I leave that. Okay. All right.
This is quite an accurate representation of our mind, isn't it?
The figures I notice are going back down.
I think they've realised there's no
Here, okay, so what we can do
nipples.
is we will... So that's a block, right? I've got that all as a block now, and that's going to go, right? If at any point...
The numbers go down, they come back.
They come back. All right?
Yes.
If at any point it changes, the numbers change, then we resort to the old Carney trick. Roll up, see the bearded lady, have your wait guessed. And that's what we will do.
Yeah.
I've got a bit of a headache after that, actually, yeah. Alpha Sync is still there.
Good.
There we go. It's the only phone-in show on Twitch. Could have just said that, I suppose. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call from anywhere in the UK, you can dial that phone number. It's like a normal phone number. If you've got minutes, it will come off your minutes. It'll be your minutes. If you're anywhere in the world, you can Skype us either with video call.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Dear.
Or just like a phone call if you don't want to show your face. TLNA.
N-A.
Richmond Mike says, can we have a second stream with just the overlay, please? Very tempting.
Yeah.
Very tempting. I'll sell the overlay if you want it. You can buy it. At some point tonight, Katherine is going to insert her elbow in my back.
All
My
right.
back is really hurting and I could do with a...
But can I avoid... Ryan, if you carry on going on about the song, we're not going to sing it because that's how we are.
So
We're
we
very
roll.
stubborn.
So we roll,
We
boy.
will not be told.
That's how we roll, boy.
Will I be able to do it without making your other injury worse?
My burn. I would like to apologise for last night.
Why?
I was sick with pain. And I think I did some things on the stream that were inappropriate. I have been told, and I have absolutely no recollection for this, and this shows how ill I was. I have been told by people that I displayed about 30% of my bum crack.
Oh yeah, we could see your washing instructions
online.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that is inappropriate.
Yeah.
That is sexually aggressive.
Is it?
Could be perceived as that. You may have had children watching, and you may have had to explain what a man's bum crack is and why it's so hairy. And so I would like to apologise for that. But I did burn myself with a hottie.
It was a medical emergency, and he just wanted to make sure that he was normal.
Yeah. 0203 286 6370 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you're very, very welcome to do such a thing. No, let's do that one in a minute, actually. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry, something's just flashed up there that I don't need to see. My ex dropped off the wrong baby. Now I want to change our custody agreement.
Oh, was it a better baby?
The mum took to Reddit. Okay.
I don't believe Reddits.
How do we get a subreddit? Thank you, Ranger Elite. How do we... you spelled my name wrong. Blocked. How do we get a subreddit? I think if we had a subreddit...
Yeah.
I think it's like a page on Reddit. What is Reddit?
Load of bullshit from my experience. They're those stories we used to read out on the radio, and you get to the bottom and go, oh, it's just someone anonymously saying something happened with absolutely no proof, and it sounds very unlikely. It sounds like they're just doing it for clout.
So we're going to go to reddit.com. That is the name of the page, right? Let's go and see what this is, because I don't really know what it is. Oh, look, the government are advertising on there. Who is? I know him.
No, that's the fella that does the... No.
Promoted by the UK government.
No, surely.
Yeah,
but he looks just like that Alistair Green.
No, he didn't look anything like him.
He did look like Alistair Green.
He didn't look anything like him.
He did. He looked like a young Alistair Green.
Right. Okay, right. So let's look for... So we can search. Let's search for Katherine Boyle on Reddit.
Oh, God. Don't. I don't want to see it.
Oh, okay, there's a song that's had 0 comments.
Yep.
Katherine Boyle's interview on the Standard issue is up. What does that mean?
0 comments. You know, I spoke to the Standard issue podcast. I spoke to Hannah Dunleavy.
Very, very little interaction. Kelly Betts from the... Okay. So someone is posting us. All right, well, let's look for Ian Lee. Tonight's show, I really want to get to the... Oh, thank you. Yeah, people can see my email. I'm not bothered about people seeing my email anymore. I've got an email address. It's there. I can just block you. I was thinking about that the other day because I have got a private email address which was just up on the screen. It doesn't matter. It's not like a phone number, is it? No. It's not like your home phone number. Even a mobile number, it's inconvenient. But if someone knows your email address, I mean, at best it can be a little annoying.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can be done is someone then signs you up for some spam mail. Okay, well, I've had that. Just block it. That's it, isn't it? Well, so there you go. Thank you, God's Banana. You're welcome. Right. So, Judith, it's all Ian Lees Galloway, who is an MP, I believe. We don't really get an update on Ian Lee's Patreon. Patreon is still going, guys. A new month's kicking in. A lot of people dropped off in the last month. I don't think the content was that bad. I think I was giving gold content. And yet about 30 people have dropped off. What the hell? I get it. It's tough times, isn't it?
Yeah, people getting furloughed and stuff.
It's tough times, isn't it? I get it. And I get it's a little... It's not cheeky, but, if you want to join the Patreon, I'll put it in. It's not really connected to... It's very separate from this, in fact.
Yeah, it's not got me in it.
No, it hasn't got Kath in it. It's like podcasts and lunches and stuff like that. I'll put Aptreon. That's the thing. Yeah, it's fine. We got it. www.patreon.com/Ian Lee. There you go. If you want to sign up for that, then you can sign up for that. Yeah, it's my private email address. Hey, you got it. You got it. It's just a Gmail. I'm not sure. Why are we on... There we go. Ian Lee announces contract deal with Twitch. Let's have a little look. Who?
Oh, God.
Can we get DJ Khaled instead? This could be good.
DJ Khaled. You know that guy?
No.
Doesn't go down on his wife, he says.
Imagine all the potential good content we could get. This will also motivate other streamers to up their content level. No, it won't.
That's from someone called Thick Kitten Booty.
Don't care. Okay, well, that's nice.
Yeah, well, no.
Look at that. Look at that hair. Look at that hair.
Do you remember?
Look at my hair. Cat's opened the door there. I'm asking you for Patreon again now, so that's that. Oh, shut up, you old prick. Shut up, you prick. Oh, what am I looking at? Oh, God.
Pammy. Pammy.
Shut up, you old fart, Ian Lee. So, yeah, loads of people dropped off Patreon, but it's fine. It's tough times. It's weird. I was talking to someone about this today. It's weird and it's tough asking people for money, which is what we're doing, here with subs and bits and donations and stuff. Turn the heating down, it's very hot. And on the Patreon and with the merch and stuff, it's weird asking people for money at a time when, furlough and unemployment.
Well, and uncertainty, even if that hasn't happened to you yet. Who knows?
So it's a strange thing. So I'm just turning the heating off. I can do it on my phone because I'm a celebrity. They give me this special app that allows me to do it. It's great, actually. You won't get it for probably about another 5 years.
I've got it, but I don't use it.
Right.
I have someone to do it for me.
Guess what year Paul
Easy.
Guess what year Paul McCartney got a video recorder?
Last year.
All right. Guess what year John Lennon got a video recorder?
1979.
Let me just remind you. I'm going to give you a
He
clue.
died in 1980.
Let me just remind you what book I'm reading at the moment.
Oh, 1966.
Yeah, they got given
The
video
year,
recorders.
of course, that the Queen did something unspeakable with
This
her underwear.
What did the Queen do in 1966?
She pulled down her nicks. She licked her bum and said, "Yum yum, it's better than Weetabix." And yet, you can't find it in any of the history books.
In 1984, the babies went to war. They had no guns, so they used their bums, and that's how the babies won the war.
Again, written out.
1966, the Beatles got given video recorders, the first video recorders in the UK.
Gosh.
But
They were massive.
Yeah, I bet they were. And there's an interview with Paul going, well, it's great. You can watch one channel and take the other and then watch it back later.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
You will have to sit there and be quiet, though, because otherwise it get recorded and someone will nick it.
So it's weird. And it's... With this, I don't feel so bad asking you for your subscriptions and your bits and your donations, because every night we're giving you hard entertainment. Thank you, Hope, for the sub. We're giving you hard entertainment and we're doing it together. With the Patreon, I feel a little embarrassed and I'm thinking, am I offering enough? And then, of course, when a lot of people, and it's about 30 people have dropped off this month, I think, oh, God, well, it wasn't enough. Now, some people said... because they leave a comment. You don't know who's left, but they leave a comment. They leave a little review. And some people said, I didn't get enough content. Okay, that's fine. But most people just said, oh, my financial situation has changed.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Well, of course it's cool. But on the Patreon, I still haven't quite got into the, okay, everybody, here's what you are getting.
Yeah.
You are getting these podcasts. You're getting a lunch and a dinner on Zoom with me. You're getting all of this. And I feel a little bit embarrassed about it.
And I guess, actually, because the dinners and stuff, I think is quite special and unique. But if you're a shy person who doesn't want to do that stuff, then maybe, I can see why you wouldn't necessarily feel you were getting...
She's asleep. Isn't that weird?
Why does she sleep like she's looking for something?
She's such a strange girl.
You might not feel like you're getting very much content, but, that individual time you get with a Patreon dinner stroke tea is great.
So I feel uncomfortable around Patreon asking for... Gatford says, I've got enough content. Can I get less but pay more? But he spelled but B-U-T-T, which makes me think of butts. So I don't know. But then there's still a significant number of people that are signed up. It's weird, isn't it? People are asking if I got the radio job today. It wasn't specifically an interview for a job. It was talking to an old producer from... talking to someone who worked at LBC the same time I did, a woman called Natalie. and we used to get on quite well. We didn't really know each other a lot, although she said today the reason she started working at LBC was because she heard one of the shows I did, and she went, "Oh, radio can be quite good fun." And she was really nice. She worked with Clive Bull for a long time. She's still really good friends with Clive, so we had a lovely chat about Clive, and I texted him today. Bastard didn't get back. She worked with Nana Rayburn for a long time.
Oh.
She was there for the... You've heard the Cock Smudger, haven't you?
Well, not everyone has.
You've not heard it. Oh, God, she was there for that. She was there for that. I don't know if I've got it on this computer. What does iTunes look like? It looks like that.
Oh, OJ 1975. That'd be a lovely own if you could spell embarrassed.
25 Nikes a month.
Or knicker.
Okay, sure. I don't get it, but thank you. Thank you. I don't get it, but...
He's suggesting it's a lot of money, and that should be embarrassing. Well, do you get paid more than £25 a month?
Oh, no, it's not what... Patreon, it's not. It's $20 a month. It's not 20... I don't know what you're talking about. Where would it be? Maybe I haven't got it. But thank you. Thank you for your feedback. Let's have a look at on Cock Smudger. Here we go. So this is a phoning.
You can be quiet as well, Mr. Coot 80.
Who's Coot 80? Coot 80.
Calling me school mum.
Tier 3 is the 25. That's here. That's tier 3. You can watch this for free, by the way. You can watch this for free. This is all free if you want it. So the tier 3 is something different. Anyway, so Anna Rayburn was a horrible old woman, 76 years old now, who I didn't like, and turns out her producer didn't like. And she... am I on... Why someone keeps doing links to OnlyFans with me? Is there someone set one up for me?
Well,
No.
I shouldn't think so. It's Gatford.
Gafford. And she did a phone-in about your favourite words, okay? And this was a text that came in.
We're talking about these things, and I love this one. And I can't help you with this one, Mook. He sent in a word which is cocksmudger. Please would you check the origin? My grandfathers say it goes back to old sailors carrying a small Bible with them, and when annoyed, they would, with God, they would peel back the page and rub the tip of the penis against the holy words, smudging the words with the cock. I don't know, but I think your grandfather had you, and I think you just had me, and that's fine, and that's wonderful, and that's what live radio is all about.
You silly, silly sausage. What a silly sausage. What a silly sausage. At the end of my live show, I would imply that it was me that sent that, but it wasn't.
No.
It wasn't. That was a bit of theatre. That's when I thought...
Also, it took her to the end of that to
Yeah.
realise it was a joke. I mean, having worked in radio for any length of time, anything that involves the word cock, surely you're on your guard about, right?
So Natalie was the producer there for that, and we chatted for about an hour and a quarter, and it was really nice. And we talked about LBC, and we talked about talk radio. Oh my God, where she
Cat's lying on my lap like a baby.
she knows Denny Morris.
Oh, interesting.
So we were talking about that, and she was telling me how Denny once, in front of her and a load of other people, talked about producing the Anna Rayburn show at LBC, and she said, "But I produced." She didn't say it there because she didn't want to embarrass him, but she said, "But he didn't. I did," and
Was he
I just
there?
thought it was a weird thing for him to say that he'd done that.
Was he there, though? Did he work there?
He was at LBC for some time, but he never produced Anna Rayburn.
That's funny.
So we talked about that, and we talked about Dan Wooden, and we talked about stuff. It was nice to have a really geeky radio chat with someone that isn't you. And by that, I mean, you're kind of the only person I'm seeing at the moment.
Yeah.
And so it was just nice to have a really geeky radio chat. And it was not for a specific job. I asked if the place she was working at, if they had, a while ago, she said, "Would you want to come and work here?" And I said, Twitch is just starting up and I don't really want to work in radio. I'm not interested, thanks. And then I thought, actually, maybe it would be nice to do a show a week on something that is closer to radio. Maybe it would be nice to do something, again, no offence to you, no, you won't take it that way, on my own.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it would be good financially. I mean, it's not going to be much, but it'd be a few quid. Kath's got a baby. Look, Kath's got a little baby. Maybe it would be nice to, if it gets me literally out of the house to go to a studio, maybe it could be healthy in so many ways.
Yeah.
So we had a chat, and she said, "What do you want? What do you want to do?" And I said, "I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I am." said, I've lost quite a lot of confidence. I don't know what I am. You know, I said, I'm really confused by the fact I won 2 massive awards with Katherine. And then 2 months later...
Whoa, mate.
2 months later, I'm out of a job. I said, I don't understand that. I said, I don't know what I do. I said, I don't want to do a phone-in show because I do that with Katherine, and I don't want to muddy the waters there. I think it would dilute everything. So we came up with a couple of quite straightforward ideas, which I will tell you afterwards. And she said, I'll present it to the boss, and then I'm having a chat with the boss on Friday. You know, nothing may come of it. And I said to her, I said, look, I know this is a weird time. I'm not expecting anything from this. If something comes up, that's great. If it doesn't come up, it's been nice chatting to you, and it's been nice catching up and talking about Clive Ball. That's great.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I think it will be quite healthy to do something on my own that isn't one of the podcasts for Patreon, because they're a little bit disjointed. It would be nice to do a 2 or 3 hour show on my own. I think it would be very nice for you at some point as well to do it. Because it's like there's one specific thing. There isn't. But I'd like to see if I can do it. Now, I know I can do it.
Yeah.
Intellectually, I know I can do it. Emotionally, I don't know if I can do it.
No, exactly, because the longer it goes without, speaking from experience, the longer it goes without you working on your own, the more of a run-up you have to take.
Yeah.
I feel.
Yeah.
Certainly for me.
Definitely. And also, I'm, you know, a potential point in my life where, you know, I'm studying this counselling thing, and when I applied for it, it was like, well, I'm going to quit radio and all of that. Maybe, I don't know who I'm going to be in 2 or 3 years' time. And I don't want to walk away from this career without having tried every possible option.
I think if the last few years shows us anything, it's never a bad thing to have a few irons in the fire.
Ian, it's great to see you excited about something. I don't know if I am excited, Wheels. And I don't say that as a criticism. I don't know if I am excited. I said today, I don't know what I am. I don't know who I am in terms of job, as a lot of people don't at the moment with this weird year. And I said, I don't know if it does excite me, but I know I'm good at it.
Yeah.
And the idea that we've come up with is a really simple idea, right? I'll tell you the idea. Fringes.
Yeah.
So we do that. Telling Katherine there what the idea is. And Pyjama Speed's doing it again. I'm joking. I think the counselling course will open a lot of different doors for you. It doesn't mean you're closing other doors behind you.
Yeah.
It will. This is the thing. It was Katherine reminded me. It's another skill under my belt that I could incorporate into this. I might go off and do as a separate career, or I might never consciously use again. But subconsciously, I'm analysing the shit out of everybody here.
Listen, if you enjoy it, can you take that out of my face, please?
I enjoy it.
Can you take that out of my face, please?
I enjoy it.
Can you take that out of my face, please, though?
I enjoy it.
I'm going to tell Mum. Stop doing that, Mum. I think if you enjoy it, it's not a waste of time. It'll come in somewhere.
I'm having a great time doing it.
Yeah.
I'm loving reading
and it'll come
stuff.
somewhere down the line. It'll come in, and you won't realise that actually you've been in training. All the stuff I did in radio where I thought it was a waste of time, it's all come in.
And it is. But all the stuff you did in training at radio is now like you use it. Sometimes you use it consciously, but more often than not, it's like driving a car. You don't think, right, I need to push the clutch down and then grab the gear stick and put it into first. You just do it without thinking.
Exactly,
it's
right?
automatic.
Or the 2 years.
It's not an automatic car.
It might have been 2 years, 3 years I spent as a flipping consumer reporter. What a waste of time that was. No, it wasn't, because as soon as someone comes on who's having some sort of beef, I'm straight in there. It happened a few times at Talk Radio when people had problems with the council, them not doing what they should have done, or a company. I was straight on there because I know the process.
Very quickly, sorry to interrupt. I'm just going to play 2 minutes of adverts. If you are not a sponsor, you're going to see 2 minutes of adverts. We do it 3 times an hour. It's how
sub, you mean?
Yes. What did I say?
A sponsor.
Oh, if you're not a sub, yes, you'll see the adverts. If you're a sub, and whether you do that with Amazon Prime or whether you do it with cash, if you sub, you shouldn't see the ads. Sometimes there's a glitch and you do, but you shouldn't. Some people who haven't subbed don't see the ads as well. It's kind of there's a weird algorithm going on that's way too complicated for me to understand. So possibly 2 minutes of ads now. Those losers are gone. Right. Here's what we want to do. When they come back, I want to start a hide. Okay, we're going to hide. It's standard. Okay, when he comes back, we're all going to hide. Okay. No, well, we're waiting for you. But yeah, these skills that you have developed, they come out in weird, different kind of ways.
Yeah.
It's all life.
Like
Rich.
when I chucked in what seemed like a really straight co-host job on The Breakfast Show, everyone thought it was nuts. I went and worked with Ronnie for 3-4 years.
Ronnie Barber,
and it was incredible. I was writing sketches, I was doing voices, I was using skills and using part of, my skill set that I'd never used before. And then, I was editing things up, and, it all comes in again. It all comes around again. It's all useful. I always found something, and this was the thing about working for the BBC in particular, is that you can be quite a big fish in a small pond, right? And if you make yourself useful, you get moved around a lot. And it's always something different. And some jobs didn't appeal to me at all, but I knew I was going to be in them for about 2 years maybe. I'd always find something in them that I could do differently from anyone else, to amuse myself more than anything else. And yeah, it meant that I ended up spending loads of time there when maybe I should have kicked on and gone somewhere else. But I got really good at certain things, and and actually what I was doing was chiseling down my own sort of unique thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
I'm really enjoying. Thank you, Matty. Matty says best of luck. Who knows? They may offer it. They may not. It may exist. It may not. It may not be enough money. I wouldn't want much for it, to be honest. Just a bit would help. I wish Katherine had a solo show too. So do I, man. You're my favourite.
I'm never going to get anything because at the moment they're going for names or people who are already there. And actually, local radio isn't hiring.
Or people that have got big online presence.
Yeah.
That's another
Well, I'm
thing.
too old for that kind of gig anyway, I think.
And you're right.
The channels, the stations that are hiring on the basis of how many Twitter followers you got, they want 26-year-olds maximum.
And you're right. Local radio isn't hiring at all. They're getting rid of.
They're battening down the hatches.
There's a lot of broadening the diversity of presenters, which I think is a great thing.
Yeah.
Someone said, why don't you go to BBC London? Well, BBC London has decided to finally represent the mixed ethnicity of London.
Yeah.
About time. Now, there is the old kind of entitled white middle-aged part of me that's like, oh, shit, they're just ticking boxes. But actually, the intelligent, emotional part of me is like, well, of course, that's totally the right thing to do. I've been saying for ages we need more diversity on radio. I've particularly been arguing for more women on radio, but of course we need more people of colour. Of course you need more people of colour in London. I think some of the presenters on BBC London, white and black, are shit, but that's a different thing. But so there is no place for a white, nearly 50-year-old guy to go into BBC London when they are reflecting the different voices of London, which is totally the right thing to do. And that's a weird position because there are some white men my age and older who are really angry because it's box ticking and this is political correctness and all of that. And there is a voice in me that says that. There is a part of me that says, well, it's just box ticking. But
don't they realise that they ticked a box?
Well, exactly. And also I
it
can
was
see
a bloke that looks like me.
Yeah.
It was the box that they ticked.
But also I can see there is the part of me that goes, well, I'm good. I've been doing this for 25 years and I've won awards that thinks, why are you giving it to some young black kid? But that's a tiny part of me. The bigger part of me is like, well, of course that's the right thing to do. Great. Good. Let's mix this up a little bit in terms of colour and gender and age and stuff. I get it. But it means that what was once a secure career for a man of my age, kind of.
And in some cases too secure.
Yeah, is not quite so secure. Although saying that, we did on our show, we did a bank holiday special where we got loads of old people who'd done that slot before. Caesar, did Mike Mendoza come on? He did, didn't he? And a couple of others. And I did get in touch with Peter Dealey, but he didn't do it in the end. And Tommy Boyd wasn't up for it. But these people, and as I was interviewing them, I was they were big and they did the 10 till 1 slot and then they disappeared. Some of them with clouds over them, some of them not. And as I was interviewing them, I was thinking, shit, this is going to happen. This is going to happen to me. I need a get out, which is partly why the counselling thing is there, because it's a get out,
It's
my
like
backup.
Tommy Boyd's got another thing that he does.
But people like Mike and Caesar, they're still kind of, they have got other gigs. I don't want to sound patronising, but they're still kind of slightly hankering for that. I don't want to be in my 60s and hankering for that.
GTA, no, this isn't toxic masculinity. It's completely different.
What's toxic masculinity?
Isn't this just toxic masculinity?
No, he must be referring to something else, because we haven't displayed any examples of toxic masculinity.
No.
What have we?
I think when you start talking about gender roles and sort of a redistribution of power amongst the genders and you know, diversity and stuff like that, people start to get a little bit tense about it. It's not about toxic masculinity at all.
Toxic masculinity is, if I were to say, I think it's unfair that they are giving late night phone-in shows, which are traditionally by white men, to young people of colour. Is that toxic masculinity?
No, that's more of a race thing.
Oh, middle-aged white men seem to be being avoided. Is that no? But white men, but I don't think middle-aged white men. He says no. Sorry, I mean where middle-aged white men seem to be being avoided, but they're not being avoided.
No, but that's not what toxic masculinity means either.
They're not, but they're not being avoided. It's just suddenly
toxic masculinity is when people assume that things have gone too far because they're male and. No, toxic. It's not the same thing at all.
Well, we're going to Google toxic masculinity because I'm getting confused.
Toxic masculinity.
We're not having a go, by the way.
No.
Whoever that was, I can't remember.
Actually,
Oggy
is a result of the patriarchy, right? So toxic masculinity. If you look at, for example, incels, there's your prime example of it. I know you do think it's related, but I'm trying to explain why it's not.
Be a man, only girls cry. This saying is an example of toxic masculinity.
That actually makes your life more difficult as a result of your gender.
Cultural expectations and standards of aggressive male behaviour that are harmful not only to women in society but also to men themselves. Yeah. So I don't see how that ties in.
So meanwhile, the incels assume it's feminism that's keeping them down, but actually it's the patriarchy.
I'm a bit confused, but I like it. I like being confused. And this is one of the nice things about going to college is I'm like being challenged about stuff. And it's great. It's great going, I don't think that. I had I have to be careful because I'm not allowed to share what anyone else says in there, but I'm allowed to kind of share my experience. And it was, what were we talking about? Oh, we were presented with a list of different types of people and asked which, if any, of these people on this list would you be unhappy to see as a counsellor?
Oh, right.
And it was like...
What, of each other, or...?
No. A list of types.
Right.
So it was someone who is obsessed with the counsellor. The only one I said I was uncomfortable with was someone who would be obsessed with the counsellor and think they know all the answers. But there were others, like someone with an eating disorder, someone, a drug addict, a sex offender. And I said I would happily work. Happily, let me take that word out. I said I would have few issues working with a sex offender. Of course, when you think of sex offender, people immediately think of paedophile.
Yeah.
And I was able to explain why I would have very few issues in working as a counsellor with someone who identifies as a paedophile. And some people, there were some in the group who disagreed with that, and some who were a little bit shocked, and some who kind of nodded. But I didn't really care because I was able to say this. I've thought about this, and I've spoken to people about this, and this is the conclusion I am at the moment.
Yeah, which of course may change.
But
the whole point, and I know that they are possibly the most reviled section of the sort of criminal world, certainly. But if people won't,
yeah,
then people who are asking for help are not getting helped, and so they're just left to.
While you're doing that, this is
to do their thing in society. Surely, I mean that's terrible.
I just think that this is important that we do this just to. There we go.
See if we can get it up to 1,000 with free beer.
Free beer's blocking the phone-in show a bit. Let's move that. Brett Michaels can come over here. They need to see that there are people behind these graphics.
It's going up. It's working.
There we go.
Incredible.
Hang on a minute. Let's get Brett Michaels. There's a pretty lady behind Brett.
Tell you what, Chippo. How about...
What's Chippo doing?
He's put, F of He's missed off an F.
Why F of? Well, hang on. What's he saying F of for?
Yeah, I think he's just being an edgelord, so he can do it on his own.
Okay, thank you very much indeed.
F of. You put.
Yeah, F off. But he missed it off.
Yeah, and he put it as all one word. So offensive on so many levels. But not the one he hoped for.
Numbers are going up, man. Win $1 billion.
Jen says, I work with sex offenders at Woodhill, and the principle of it didn't bother me, but the reality of how it affected how I view people too much and how suspicious I felt. Yeah.
It's not for everyone.
No.
It's not for everyone. I have been in the room with people who have identified as paedophiles. Some claimed they hadn't acted on it, they just had the urge.
Yeah.
And some who I suspect had acted on it. And it was uncomfortable, man. It was really uncomfortable. And I felt all of these things, these rage and sadness and fear. Anger was the main thing. And it was fascinating to sit in a room with people that thought like that. But what was interesting, the reason they were in the room is because they all wanted to change. They all wanted to change their behaviour and their thoughts. Obviously, I have more sympathy. If you can grade sympathy for paedophiles, I have more sympathy with those men primarily that think it but have never acted on it and have never looked at images of that. Because I have more sympathy than I do with those that have acted or have looked at those images, and I'm choosing my words very, very carefully here because it's nearly 10 o'clock. Anyway, so it was nice being able to be in a room where ideas like this are kind of put around and challenged and things like that, and that's lovely. And I think we missed a phone call. Paul, we missed loads of phone calls. God, I'm so sorry. Paul, I'll come to you in a second. I'm so sorry. Look. 0203 286 6370 is the phone number.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi there.
You just call. This is Iain and Katherine.
Oh, hi. Hi. Sorry, I didn't know I'd get straight through.
That's all right. No, sorry. Yes.
Can I get back on the? Can I go back on the stream? It won't give me feedback. No, I was just calling. There you go. I can see you looking blankly because it's not going well now.
No, it's going well. Don't turn the volume up on the stream though.
No problem. It's all good. I was just calling to say I don't know if it's been spoken about recently, but something that I'm very aware of with my mental health is that positivity and motivation has to be worked on, and daily practice is ideal if you can do that kind of thing, like working out or working on your finances or working on your marriage. I have found that working on positivity and personal development can not be a permanent thing. It can slide like a lot of other things if you let it slide. And so I just thought I would drop a message for anybody out there who felt that they go up and down. I found that working on it like you would work on anything else daily is beneficial for me and maybe for other people as well.
What do you mean by working on it? Can you give us an example?
Yes, so starting to read books or maybe listen to podcasts that you think are going to help you, maybe addressing things daily, maybe getting some daily exercise if you're not doing that thing. And we all have experiences that make us feel fantastic. And I think that if we don't continue to do those, then sometimes the health can go back to where it was before. And I found that coming out of depression, it has to be, you have to keep the weeds back, keep fighting against them. That was just me, though.
How are you? How are you doing? How are you doing now?
I'm good. I'm really good. I had no idea that I was going to be on. I was going to be straight on with you guys, but that's great. I'm doing very well. But for me, I think it's that constant daily working against what it is that I find is trying to get to me.
Mm.
I think there's something in that. From my personal experience, when I have been incredibly low, sometimes I just have to go with it. I just have to lie down with it for a few days and let it sit on my chest until I can breathe again. But yeah, you're right. I think for I don't want to generalise because there'll be some people going, well, no, that doesn't work for me.
Yeah,
so I
of
don't
course,
want to, make them feel bad by saying this is the way. What I can compare it to at the moment is my recovery around drug addiction. And I keep forgetting that I have to start every single day, that what I did yesterday is not really going to help me today. And so I have a routine that I'm trying to follow that actually I haven't followed it today. I have a book that has daily readings in that I would like to read every day. I'm supposed to, this will sound weird to some of you, I have found in the past that if I get out of bed and get on my knees and pray, that helps. Doing a meeting helps. Reading a book helps for me. And yeah, I can see how that can also, my addiction is part of my mental health. That can also be helpful for mental health. And if that's working for you, man, then that's great news.
Yeah, excellent. As I said, I just thought I would drop a comment and that would be it. But it's a pleasure to talk to you. So,
hey, so nice. What was your name?
My name's Tim.
Hey, Tim. Thanks for the call, Tim. I look forward to the next one.
Great. Okay. Cheers, guys.
Thank you, mate. Bye-bye.
Cheers, Tim.
Tatty bye.
I think that's useful food for thought for anyone, whether or not you're someone who struggles with depression. I think that the way things are at the moment, with so much uncertainty, it's nice to have a little something to anchor yourself to.
Hello, this is Katherine and Iain.
Hello there.
How may we be of assistance to you?
Are you still going with like the Halloween theme?
Why the hell not? It's Halloween every day here.
Right. Okay. I've got a little story for you. Then it's a short story.
Is it a spooky one?
Do you want a spooky soundtrack?
Well, yeah. Right. This is what's annoying, right? I've got paranoid schizophrenia.
Yeah.
And because I've got paranoid schizophrenia, nobody believes what I'm going to tell you now, and it's really frustrating and annoying.
All right. I tell you what.
Maybe no music, huh?
Maybe no music. All right. Then what's your name?
Martin.
Martin, go ahead. Tell us what you got, Martin. What happened?
Okay. Right. So it was a few days ago. The first thing that happened is I sat down on my bed, and 5 pence just flew over my left shoulder onto the floor in front of us. And because I've got paranoid schizophrenia, I thought, am I just seeing things here? So I picked it up. It was real. Yeah. I could see it. And I put it in the bin because I just thought, right, whatever that is, I don't really want to...
I don't want a haunted shilling. That can go right in the bin.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to play on with it, whatever it is. It's looking for attention.
Yeah.
Another thing that happened, right? I've got a couple of rats, and I let one of the rats out, and he's jumped around. He jumps on my bed.
Yeah.
He goes behind us, he gives us like a little nip on the rear, and I sort of ignore this. And then he goes to my leg, left leg, at the back of the knee, and he gets a hold of it. And I had to shake him off, and I like threw him off my bed, sort of thing. I was a bit pissed off. Yeah. And I looked at the back of my knee, and I've got a slice that's about 3 inches long. And there's no way that my rat could have done that. They've only got small teeth.
What do you think might have done it?
Right, I think... But I'll just quickly explain another thing that happened, right?
Yeah, go on.
This particular rat, I like him to be wild. I think he's happier when he's wild. So I don't like him being picked up or anything like that. I like him to be wild when he's happier. I've got a can of Budweiser, and I was just messing around. I put it inside of the cage. And through my phone, I wasn't on a browser or YouTube or anything. I heard the noise of a can being moved. I thought, that's a bit strange. Again, some strange things have happened. I'm just going to ignore it. And I looked in the cage, and the can that I put there, it'd gone. It absolutely just disappeared. It wasn't in the cage. I double-checked it. It was gone. It wasn't in sight. And I thought, right, there's been some weird things happening. I'm just going to completely ignore it. I can't be arsed with this. Then 10 minutes later, I heard the noise.
I've got to say, Martin, I love your phrase. There's spooky stuff going on, and you're going, I can't be arsed with this. I love it.
You're exactly...
I couldn't be arsed with it either.
You're a match for any ghost, has to be said.
That's brilliant. Go on, sorry.
The thing is, though, another thing that happened, right, I was sitting down, the light was off, and through my left eye, I could see something white, like the figure of a white person touching my face. And I thought, I cannot be arsed with this, man. What the hell? I got up. I let it do it for a couple of seconds. And I got up and I switched the light back on, and it was off. But I know people can't see things, you know what I mean? The mind plays tricks, but this This is like I've never had stuff like this before. It's a coincidence. It's all happened. So I'm thinking, like, is it an alien? Is it a ghost? Is it like a poltergeist?
How did you feel when it was happening?
I felt quite good. I felt a little bit special, but I thought, well, I don't want this to continue. I mean, especially if whatever it is cut the back of my leg, that means it can physically hurt us. You know what I mean? What am I supposed to do? What rules do I follow to stop this type of thing happening? And nobody believes us. So whatever's done this, it can do anything to us. I've rang MI5. I've contacted GCHQ. I've contacted there's like this space agency in Europe. There was another sort of version of it in this country.
What did those
contacted the Samaritans?
What did all those organisations say?
Fuck all. Absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Or you've got a cut on your leg. You should go to the hospital and get it checked out. They might tell you what it is. They're not going to tell us what it is. I know. I can basically we get taught all this stuff in school, and then we just forget it because most people don't have experiences like that. But I believe that a lot of that stuff is real. Like, I believe in demons. I do now anyway. I believe in, like, demons and ghosts and aliens and all this type of thing. I think there's different levels of it. I think our planet has ghosts. You know what I mean? I think our planet does have hell and does have heaven. And that's something that's specific to our planet. There might be other planets that have that. But I think there's aliens as well, and they don't specifically have heaven and hell and
Isn't it funny? Because there's some of the things, Martin, you're saying, I'm thinking, well, I don't believe that. And there's some of them I'm going, yeah, I believe that. I believe in aliens. No, I'm just saying, what I'm saying is...
Oh, you've got to.
We all come from...
Look at the universe.
Oh, yeah, mathematically, it's almost definite. But I just think that we all have different things that we think are crazy and different things that we go, oh, yeah, that's probable, if not possible. I believe in aliens and UFOs. I'm coming round to the idea of ghosts. But the thing that I turned my nose up at what you said was heaven and hell. But there will be other people listening going, well, obviously heaven and hell are real, but aliens is bullshine. So it's all different things. If I believe that you believe it, Martin.
I mean, like I say I do believe in heaven and hell, but then science it makes that a little bit more difficult because the Earth's core can be seen as like a battery, like some sort of source of power. Like this whole planet is a source of power for the sun, and the more that we use energy, the quicker that it's going to disappear. So
What do you want? Why? Here's a question I've got for you, and please, this might sound rude, but I don't mean it to be rude. Okay, it's curiosity. Why are you telling me and Katherine this? What do you hope will be the end result of this phone call?
I just wanted somebody to listen. It's really annoying the fact that I've got paranoid schizophrenia and people just think that I'm having hallucinations and delusions, and when I'm not. It's really annoying. I'm a little bit scared because I don't know how far this is going to go. I
believe that you believe this, right? And you know, the mind cannot tell between the real and the vividly imagined. Did it happen? Did you imagine it? I don't know. I wasn't there. But you believe it happened. So in your reality, it exists, right? And I buy that. Katherine and I are more than happy to take these phone calls where you share this stuff, right? Anyone can phone in, okay? And you can come and share this stuff, and I'm finding it really interesting. But I would like to put down that you do something for us as part of this exchange.
Yeah.
You tell your mental health team these same things that you're telling us.
I've done that. I've done it.
Beautiful.
I've done it.
Beautiful. Good. That's all I want.
On about my medication and stuff like that.
That's all I want.
Of course, it's not my medication. It's nothing to do with that. It's real. Like I've experienced it. I've had schizophrenia since I was a child, and I've only just recently started getting treated for it. And I've never had like something like this happen.
You can tell the difference between what is your schizophrenia and what is actual spooky shit.
Yeah, I mean, like I've heard voices before. For instance, outside my window. So then I've gone and checked out my outside, out the back, and I've seen there's no one there. And then I've gone back inside, and then I've heard the voices again. Well, I thought, well, I've done all that I can, and it's just the voices aren't going to go. They aren't going to go. But this is something different. This is like a physical coin. It's in my bin. I've got a black bin bag in my room right now, and it's in there. The coin is in there.
Martin, I've really enjoyed talking to you, and I've really enjoyed listening to your experiences. And you can call in any time you want and share this. And you're already telling your mental health team. That's all I'm. As long as you're doing that, you can come and tell us anything. I would hate for me and Katherine to be a replacement for those medical experts. But if you're doing both, you phone us up anytime you want, mate.
Okay, well, all I'll say is I hope that yourselves and all the people that are watching and listening don't have to experience what I have to experience.
That's very generous
and
of you, Martin.
and what I have experienced as well. Not just with the schizophrenia, but whatever this freaky stuff is that's going on as well.
Nice to talk to you, mate, and thank you for being so generous. I appreciate it.
Take care, Martin.
See you later, mate.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
See you later. Bye.
What a nice guy.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. What a nice guy. 0203 286 6370. Paul, you're going to be next. We've got to do this. It's sponsor time. We're all feeling fine with the sponsor time. It's sponsor time.
Yeah.
Is that one's not on the recording, is it?
No, that was me. That was actual me. That was
Okie
live.
dokie.
I
Talk
did
to
that
me.
a cappella.
I did all of these yesterday. You do them.
All right.
Jesus.
Gregorian
talk about these.
Emerson Family Law Solicitors. If you're going through a divorce, it's going to be crappy, but it needn't be as crappy as it could be. Does that make sense? He will not make it any more dramatic than it already is. He will certainly not stir things up between you and your ex.
If you want, he'll shrimp you.
No, he won't.
Do you know what shrimping is?
Yes, I do know what shrimping is.
What is it? For the boys and girls watching.
Sucking people's toes.
Sucking my toes off. Tickling my underfoot.
Anyway, I thought you said you were going to let me do this.
Underfoot.
Why?
That's a great name. If there's not a 70s band called Underfoot, then I ain't interested in music anymore.
If you can't have a straightforward conversation with that person in your house
Sucking
anymore,
my toes
phone them.
off.
Get out. It's never going to work.
They will do divorces for business partnerships as well.
Good.
Do this one?
Handy.
This one, and you owe these an apology for trolling them last night. Nick is furious.
Side and safety management. I know.
Nick is furious.
I don't even
with
remember ringing them.
No,
It certainly
Katherine rang them and was abusive to them.
didn't sound like me when I put it on the podcast either. But Poseidon Safety Management, biggest supplier of guard dogs in Devon and Cornwall. They recruit from the local area. So
My feet are fine, by the way. Everyone's going, oh, not
Again.
his feet again.
You do it, Kath. You don't speak enough.
No. People are getting on my nerves. Everyone's going, oh, not his feet again. Oh, it's there. That's the foot.
Seriously, man.
That is the foot. Look at it. Get out of the way. What are you doing? Ow! Oh, flipping heck, man.
Put your foot in
You
my face.
tore my sack. You tore my sack.
You risked your sack the moment you put your soul that
You
close to
tore
my
my
face.
bloody sack. You bloody bugger. Tore my bloody ball sack, that did. Jesus.
Good, asking for it.
I was not asking. What point did I say, oh, Kath, could you tear my bloody ball sack, please? I
When you
didn't
put
say
your
it once.
cheesy
Oh,
flipping
Pepe.
plates in my
Oh,
face. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. That came out.
Oh, it didn't.
Now you see what I have to deal with on a daily basis, apart from Saturdays and Sundays,
Rip my ball sack.
when I have no one calling
My
me that.
bloody ball sack. I'm moving into your house. I spoke to your husband and he said I can move in. They're getting rid of your least favourite child, the youngest.
Can they get rid of me and you can move in?
A bloody ball sack.
Poseidon Safety Management, they're very good.
By the way,
They don't deserve the abuse I deal out.
By the way, please, you want to advertise with us? You'd be an idiot if you didn't, because this is what we do. Fuck off.
My foot in your face. Get off, because you will lick it, because you're a dirty get.
Rip your bloody ball sack in a minute.
My ball sack is massive.
Big old saggy ball sack she's got.
Bulging.
34sp.com. Oh, you do it. Do the
No,
adverts.
no,
do it.
no, because you say you do it and then you won't let me.
Of what that?
Get a big one. That massive gob. 34sp.com. They're brilliant. They're an ethical web hosting company based in Manchester, but everyone's gone home. They said it. You can't resist, you see. You can't resist. They sent everyone home before they had to because they're nice. And you can get 3 months free web hosting with 34sp.com if you go to their website and put in the code TLNA.
Do it.
Abby Care. I wish he'd go.
What she's saying is she wishes I would relapse again so that she could get the inheritance.
What inheritance?
The inheritance of Craig. Christ.
Abicare Group. They're a specialist addictions recovery clinic. Ian's looked into it because he's something of an expert in these matters.
I love drugs.
For one reason or another. And they do all the right things. It's not. Hey, shush. It's not cheap, but if you mention this advert, you can get 25% off, which is not to be sniffed at.
And so it begins.
What?
Not to be sniffed at. That's good. That should be their thing. So it begins. You know, my private email address was displayed.
Yeah.
Well, someone signed me up for Pornhub.
As if you're not already signed up. God,
Exactly.
amateur. He's a premium member.
He's a prick. I thought you were going to say. And that was the end of the.
In fact, you're a founder member, weren't you?
Sorry.
You're a founder member.
I'm not in a bad mood.
That's old news.
I love the water, please.
This is great.
Water, please.
Go and get my own drink of water, shall I?
Yeah, I wasn't going to get you one. Fuck.
Mate!
Goodness sakes. That's right, she's wearing leather pants. Pleather. Let us call up.
Cow would have not survived in the wild making these trousers.
The cow will not survive in this house much longer. Call in about anything you want. It's Jacob123. Anything you want. But you've got to be at least as handsome as this guy.
None of it. Yes.
Paul was one of the very kind people that reached out to me when I was struggling. When I flagged up I was going to be struggling at the weekend, potentially around drugs. And Paul very kindly reached out to me and offered to sell me some drugs, but at a really expensive price that was out of my reach.
Oh, that's kind.
Which I thought, no, he offered to play Mario Kart with me.
Aww.
But I was actually going to bed and I went and had a really lovely doze. So thank you. But I thought that was, I don't know, you weren't doing it just out of kindness. I know we get on and I enjoy your company. But that was really kind, Paul, and I didn't thank you properly. So thank you.
Also,
I
he was worried you would beat him, Paul.
Shut up. Shut up. Thank you, Paul. I appreciate it.
Or you wouldn't let him be Princess Peach.
Please will you shut up? This guy is a hero. He's a member of the British Empire.
He is a member, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake. That's just, you've basically just spat at the Queen there. I'm so sorry, mate. Paul.
Did you ask her about 1966? Oh, you've not got to speak to her yet, have you?
Oh my God.
Does it count? Does your MBE count if you've not been knighted?
Yes. It's not a
Apparently
knighthood.
so, yeah. Yeah, it's official. It's officially official.
But you've not met a member of the royal family?
No.
So it's sort of semi. It's semi. I mean, I personally wouldn't call it official. It's semi-official. So, okay. So it's just Paul. It's just Paul.
Yeah. That will do. No,
Paul.
Paul of all Pauls.
Paul of all
Oh,
Pauls.
yeah. Well, actually, you've been thrown off that because you never held any of the Pauls to account.
No, they've
That's
been
some
running
terrible
riot.
Paul behaviour.
They have been running absolute rings around you.
Yeah,
It's
awful.
been
Need to
quite
crack the whip.
disappointing. Yes. Yeah. Well, may I crack it now?
Please.
I've got it to hand.
Do you want to borrow mine?
I like.
Go on.
I like props in the bedroom.
Gosh, that's a revelation I didn't expect from Paul coming on.
But-
Talking about Mario Kart and all of a sudden we're on to props.
But an actual Indiana Jones whip.
Oof, that's going to smart.
That's taking it too far. One of those things that's got like floggy things on it, but you kind of do. That's fine, bit of fun. An actual, because that's the image, isn't it, of a dominatrix in boots and everything's very tight, and the whip, the whip.
I would just fold it in half and give it a little light tap. I think if you got it fully extended, you're quite far away in my experience.
You're going to have someone's eye out. I'll give you a right. That's for a bigger bedroom.
Exactly.
It's.
Or something purpose built.
By the way, I just feel that Paul popping up here is just killing things a bit. There we go.
Hang on,
There we go. Just made the screen a little bit sexier, Paul.
Okay.
Just a little
It's
bit.
working.
It's a little bit sexier.
The tragedy
Right.
of it is it's working.
How can we help you, sir?
I just called to check in. It's oh yeah, I see it now. Yes, very sexy. No, I just called because this is the first time I've been able to sleep in about a month properly, and not be worried about meeting deadlines for various things. So I am a human being again.
Hooray.
I feel more like it. So
Yeah.
Good.
it's been mental. Absolutely
You
mental.
do look very. When you say, have you actually slept? Because your eyes are starting to look a little droopy as you're talking. That's better. Thank you. So you finished all because you were doing your radio show.
Yeah, that's done.
That's all done and dusted.
Done.
How'd you feel about it?
I am richer for the knowledge that I have acquired in doing all of that research. It's been a good experience, very positive in many ways. It's hard work though, really hard work. But yeah,
because you were writing and research. I mean, what we do is not what you do. We turn up and we dick around. You were writing and researching and putting, pieces together.
Yeah,
that is hard work.
I've done that kind of radio show before I met you.
All right, well, I saved
It's tricky.
you.
It's tricky.
I mean, I'm being patronising to both of you. It's a piece of piss. But, I mean, you make it hard, and that's because you're not very good at it. The tricky... Anyway. A lot of people saying... so Michael says, Paul has a very sexy voice. Ruby says, I love Paul. He's a lovely chap. He is sexy.
Oh, this is what happens when you use that power screen.
Yeah.
I see you attract people with a horn.
Vox 300 says, I have performed with Paul in the past.
Oh.
When and where?
In what capacity, Vox?
Vox, please tell us more. Joe says, get this man off. He's making me feel inadequate. What the hell is this?
None of it.
Outrageous.
A number of times I've had people come up to me and say, "Oh, do I have to bow now? Do I have to call you sir now?" And all of that is.
I hope you say yes.
Very naughty.
I will never call you sir.
Excellent, thank you.
Although Dangra says, very sexy man. Crash Override 82, sensual Paul. Dabriggsy says, Paul. I know all of his secrets.
Oh.
He
and
does.
one of the cats has done a really stinky poo. Sorry, I've got to go and clean up a poo.
Oh, there you go.
He really does.
There goes the sexy Atmos.
Sorry.
Dabriggsy knows. I've known him since I was 10 years old.
Is that right?
He knows me.
Oh, hang on a minute. What's that? Someone did a poo in the bath today. I got sent a photograph. Ian is suggesting it was the cats. It looked surprising to me.
Oh, my goodness me.
Yeah. Anyway, someone's not happy, put it that way. It was a dirty protest if I've ever seen one.
And what's the latest on Big Boy?
Big Boy is really coming out of his shell. So I've been coming round here obviously week on week, and for the first few weeks we got to a stage where Ian said, this just isn't going to work. I think I should just let him go. He's just maybe not suited to life indoors. He's not come out from behind the sofa, and sure enough, you used to hear him scrabbling about behind the back of the sofa, and that was it. He's kind of part of the family now. He's started eating alongside the other cats. There is minimal hissing. There's one cat in particular who doesn't particularly like him at this point, but I think it's I think the jockeying for position within the cat pack is pretty much over.
Mark says, is this toxic masculinity yet?
Toxic cat-skillinity.
Okie dokie. That was terrible.
I know.
Goodbye, Paul.
Bye, Paul. That was your fault. Bye.
Well, this is going to be...
Of course it is.
Trouble, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, God.
That's a stinker.
They've been eating something fishy.
That's a stinker. This could be trouble. Hello?
Hear my...
I can hear you. We can't see you, but that's not important right now.
Yeah, no worries. I don't actually have a camera available.
That's fine. How can we help you?
I just thought I would call in and actually share something that's went on at the start of lockdown just before.
Yeah, go on.
It's quite a serious thing, and it's kind of hard to talk about. But basically, it was a story of meeting someone online, online dating, through an app called Tinder, where you typically swipe each other.
We've heard of Tinder, yeah.
Yeah, and when you swipe with someone, it's up to those people to send a message or you send a message. But that's where it all went wrong for me, because I matched with a person who didn't have a verified profile. And the first thing they said to me was, "We have a connection." That's quote unquote as it was. We have a connection. And if I could go back to that point 5 months later, well, it's actually longer now, but let's just say it hadn't happened. If I could go back to that and realise how dangerous that statement was, maybe if the person had said, I think we have a connection. I'd like to explore that. Do you want to get to know me? That would be much more normal. But what happened was I met a person who systematically, emotionally and physically manipulated me. They destroyed absolutely every aspect of my life, from freelance work to material possessions to memories as a child, to household things. Frightening, truly frightening. And at the time, as it was happening, we developed a relationship over 5 months, and we lived together during that time. I didn't realise how alarming the things that happened were, but we're talking like this person opened birthday gifts that I had when I was sleeping. This is a person who went into my private drawers and took photos of me as a child and decided to use it as a status. This is a person who would nip and punch and carry it off as, oh, you're not any fun if you don't take it. This is a person who pushed and pulled absolutely everything that I did. From let's watch a movie, I'll choose it. If I wanted to stand up and go to the toilet, I need to sit down and relax. This is a person who made me play child board games, age 4 to 12 or something. If I didn't play, I wasn't fun. This is a person who made me make plasticine models and judge my models. I'm a 35-year-old man. Yeah, there's lots of things that happened during this time. And it left me, the things that happened in the end, it left me with anxiety, panic attacks, depression. I was worried because they stole some work that I do and passed it off as their own. The social media platforms have taken down posts that they've made because they're defamatory and copyright. The police have been involved, but because it's complicated and it's not easy to pinpoint this, really, it's a trade-off. Do I want to run the risk of going to court and not having a lawyer who can represent me over it? So I've learned a lot about things like that. A very destructive thing.
I'm confused. It sounds horrendous. I'm confused slightly by the statement, we have a connection, and why that was so problematic compared to the other examples that you of the variations that you gave. Why was that? Is that in hindsight that seems inappropriate?
Absolutely. This is a person who within 10 days told me that she loved me. She showered me with love up to 20, 30, 40 times a day. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. We have a connection is sinister. This is, looking back, this is something that she's done with other people. It's a person that commands love and hate. There's no middle ground. She wants worship. So that's why we have a connection as a frightening opening line. It's a red flag. If the person has said, yeah, okay, I don't know you, but I like your looks.
Yeah.
Do you want to see if we have a connection?
This was her taking ownership.
Absolutely, yeah. That's. I've not heard that one, but yeah, that's ownership. Mm-hmm. Yep, very much so.
How did you get out of it?
It was frightening. This is a person who has a place to live in Spain. I'm in Scotland now. During lockdown, the craziness, she cited extreme personal reasons, and she had to return to her flat in Spain. And we maintained a relationship at that point. I was fully supportive of anything she had to do. But what happened was, after 3 weeks of maintaining a relationship when she was back in Spain, the last message I got was, I love you very much. And then for the next week, my messages were read but not replied to. The following week, they weren't read, but they got through. I then checked on social media. She posted a thing that said, this is a picture of me and my partner, and it was grey boxes. I got an email after 6 weeks to say, I just had to leave you. You can hate me if you want, quote unquote, you can hate me if you want. I felt it was best. And that was it. So that conversation went by email for a few threads back and forth. And she then tried to emotionally blackmail me again. She suggested that she would call me on my birthday, but I wasn't to contact her until then. My birthday was 10 weeks from that day.
Gosh. Wow.
So it was hard to get closure.
Did you feel at any point in this relationship, maybe at the start or maybe not at all, that this was a partnership, or was it from day one? From that we have a connection. It was her. It was her, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was her in control and dominating.
It was all control, absolutely all control. I mean, there was times that I did enjoy myself to some level, and it pushed a motivated. Like I became slightly motivated. Like I stopped smoking and I started exercising and things like that, which I would probably do at my own pace anyway. But with her, it was reacting to that. It was all control, all of it. It's hard to say. There was.
Go on, sorry.
The things that occurred that were just the things that kind of made me feel, okay, this is real. After 4 weeks of living together, we brought it to an end. And it was after she punched me and I said, look, time to go home. That's the end. And then there was a short email communication at that point because the person also took inappropriate pictures at certain times when we were together. It led me to feel completely shocked. So anyway, after, it was over and I took her home, I sent a follow-up email because I wanted to say, as a civil request, okay, relationship's finished. Can you just make sure that you've deleted any pictures that you might have captured without my permission? That person then went on in that thread to, it went back and forth, but she didn't answer the questions directly. It got to the end and basically I was gratuitously sexualized, is what I would say. They commanded me, they said that I had hysteria, even though I was just succinct and trying to make sure that photos were not going to end up in inappropriate places. She suggested that I had hysteria and that I needed to do certain things and take me to that place. At that point, I just felt, no, this is crazy. You've punched me, we've split up, I've asked for a civil thing, and now you're doing this. It's over. And I've never experienced this. This is alarming. So because I felt so negative, I contacted the police. And I says, look, can you just talk to this person? Here's what's happened. It's not making me feel good. I'd like it to be finished. Anyway, so what I was led to believe, because I never made a formal report, it was just really mediation at that point with the police. So the police tried to contact her by telephone, and what she did was she even manipulated the police. She said, I don't understand what you're saying. Her English level was perfectly fine, but to the police she didn't understand. So the police came back to me and says, look, we contacted her and this is what she said. And I thought, okay, that's okay enough. I mean, the fact that the police have made a presence, that's cool. But what then happened was, after about 5 days, the person got back to me by email and showed a complete impasse to the fact that the police had called, almost no recognition to that fact, and just said, what do I need to do to make it work?
What?
So that's one thing that did make me feel this person was committed to me. I kind of recognised that as like, okay, fair play. I'm at an age where I want to meet someone, and somebody had said that you have to choose what hill you want to die on. And, at 35 years old, I meet a chick, I'm thinking, okay, maybe we can make it work. So I'll give it, if she's willing to say that, then I'll do the same. But all the stuff that I've already said was repeated. I think the fact that she got back to me demonstrated that she was embarrassed more than anything else by being cast aside. So that's kind of what went on.
Do you? This might sound weird to some people in the chat, but Katherine will know why I'm saying this, and I think you'll get this. Do you miss her?
There was this idea of hope, for sure, absolutely, especially after the 6 weeks of silence, the last word, I love you, so I had all this hope of it coming back together. All of my feelings, I'm quite smart, I was able to go back and look at the things that happened. All the feelings that came from me were forced. They weren't my feelings. They were, I'm going to nip and poke you, or I'm going to tickle you, to make you feel a certain way. So that's actually probably been the thing that saved me, and I feel sorry for people that have been trapped in more than 5 months of that, because I was able to go back and say, here, this wasn't real, this wasn't real, this wasn't real. But of course, I had the feelings of, yeah, where is she? What's happening? You told me you love me, and it's real. So, yeah, I had that, but that's gone.
God, it feels like you've had like a 5-year relationship in the space of 5 months. I'm not surprised you're feeling exhausted with it.
Yeah, this was extreme, very extreme.
Do you? I got 2 more things I want to ask you. First of all, do you have people around you that you trust and you can speak to about this?
That's the difficult thing. There's been 4 places that have helped this situation. So family were upset. Family can only do so much. They wanted to help, but they didn't have the tools. So they were just supportive and they were there. Friends were good because they related to certain things. But again, you want to muck about with your friends. You want to play games. So that didn't. The other was the Samaritans and Breathing Space as a great support network.
Oh, I don't know. Who are Breathing Space?
Breathing Space is, I think it's NHS funded in Scotland, and it's a telephone support system that's open from 6 o'clock in the evening until 2 o'clock in the morning, Monday to Friday, and on the weekends it's 24 hours.
Okay. And a similar kind of thing to Samaritans, or specifically about abusive relationships or mental health, or how does that work?
These are more trained professionals working with the NHS. And under the Breathing Space, you can actually, if there's formal things that you need to explore and you need more session-based therapies, they will refer you to Living Life as a good place to be.
And how are you feeling now? Do you feel safe? Are you? No, not do you feel safe? Are you safe?
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. I mean, the worship and the I've got Guy. This what I feel the person wanted to do was create this idea of, oh, I've got a guy. He's always following me. He's always following me. So what she deliberately did was I've learned about these things called spheres of concern. Your sphere of concern shouldn't go too far. You can only be concerned about your life and the things that's going on. But this person took me to a place online about concern. So the thing that's bothered me the most is that when I have to look at her social media to make sure that she's not being defamatory, she's not stealing my work. But that's now at a place that's okay. That caused me a lot of trouble. So now it's just about putting time between it and structure in it. So if I do feel that I have to be concerned about what she's doing online, it's structured. So
is it not possible? Could you not possibly ask? Maybe it would help if you asked a friend to look at her social media.
I was going to suggest
so that you didn't have to, or you had one person that you trusted. That either you did it with them, like once, 3 o'clock every Sunday afternoon, you go and do it with them, or you ask them to do it so that you don't have to look at it.
It's a tricky one to traverse. I can't let my friends loose on this situation because
they would have steam in and have a go at her.
Yes, I'm not willing to go down that road.
No, of course not. That's a responsible thing to do.
It just sounds like it's quite a traumatic. Well, obviously you're handling it, but it's potentially quite a traumatic thing to have to keep going back and checking and fearing the worst all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm really sorry this has happened to you.
No problem. Thanks for taking my call. It's good to see you.
Hey, listen, man. Anytime. And if you want to talk about this again, you give us a call. If one night you're having a panic attack or something's happened, we will be a non-judgmental ear. If you want to phone up and talk about the new PlayStation 5, you can do that. Please don't think of us as those are the 2 people that I go to when I feel shit. If you want to phone up and have a laugh, then you're very, very welcome.
Appreciate that a lot.
Most of all, you didn't deserve any of this, right?
I think so. Yeah, unjustified.
Exactly.
You're a good man. Thanks for calling.
Take care of yourself.
You too.
Ta-ra.
Bye-bye.
Ta-ra. Here comes some adverts. If you're a sub, you will not see these adverts. If you are not a sub, you might see 2 minutes worth of adverts. I would suggest subbing. Gosh, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's all going on out there. It's all going on out there. Every possible combination of humanity is taking shape.
You hear a lot of those stories about men's behaviour towards women, fewer about women, but it still happens. It happens, and I guess that a lot of men don't feel able to come forward and talk about it because there's kind of a perception that they should have known better.
There are a few people in the chat saying that happened.
I wouldn't do that.
The first date, I would have told them to naff off.
No one thinks they're going to end up in that situation.
But it doesn't work like that. And, you know, there are some people who are mentally and physically abused once and they go, what the fuck was that? I'm out of here. And they go. But these people, the abusers, the manipulators, are excellent at choosing people, selecting people that will be susceptible to their charms and will allow them to get away with their physical and emotional violence. They're good at choosing people. It's funny, the number of people I genuinely think we're all attracted to types on a kind of a vibration level. The number of people I know who've been in a relationship with an alcoholic and then it's ended, and then they end up in a relationship with another alcoholic. It's almost like there's some kind of secret that subconsciously some people want to fix, and that's simplifying things a lot. We're attracted to people, and these bullies, these abusers, they are able to detect people that it will work on, and latch onto them.
I think in the case that you sort of talk about there, or the idea of the cases that you're talking about there, we're not talking about anyone in particular, but I think if you've been in a relationship with someone who is an addict of whatever kind, you feel like you maybe have more of an insight and you're less likely to turn your back on someone just because that's what it is.
It's that, or I was thinking of people who they shack up. They forget in a relationship with someone and don't know that they're an alcoholic, and then 6 months later they go, "Oh shit!" It's
so there's some.
Yeah, there's some. You know, when I was acting out around sex, I was able to detect people that I would be able to engage with.
I remember you telling me that.
There's a vibration, there's a frequency that I genuinely, it sounds hippy dippy shit, but I think that we're all operating on. You know, again, is there a cat under there that I'm kicking? Yeah, there is. Oh, it's Lucky. Sorry, darling. Again, it is mass generalizations, but I have never been in a relationship where I have been beaten. I know some people who have been in 2 or 3 relationships where they have, not in any way saying it's their fault.
Not at all.
Don't hear that. It's that vibration thing we are drawn to. There's when we're flirting with someone, there's so much that's going on that's not said. Subtle body movements, pheromones, if you want to buy into that. There's so much that's going on, and it's, I don't know.
I know what you mean. It's the. I have some experience, not personally, but within my extended family of people who've been in violent relationships. It doesn't start out that way. And the thing that the men I'm thinking of all have in common is so charming. So charming and so sorry. And you're the only one who can help me. You can make me better. I can't do this without you, all that sort of stuff. So it's not happening all the time. It's only happening occasionally. And you're in love with the whole person. And so you keep wanting to believe that time was the last time.
Also, if you're looking for love, 35 is an age where I think people start thinking, "Oh shit, time's running out."
Yeah.
Some people start thinking, "Oh, I'm nearly 40," and I think that you can sometimes be willing to overlook small things that maybe at 25 you wouldn't tolerate. And of course, it doesn't start. It's not date 2. You get a slap around the face. Generally, it's, you know, it's a lot slower and subtler.
And you can believe that maybe you did something.
Yeah.
It wouldn't have happened if I hadn't done this or said that, and I got at the wrong moment. All that kind of stuff. It's terrible. And the other thing is that once those problems start to happen, because you don't want someone else coming in and going, "Well, that's out of order. You've got to leave." You don't tell anyone. And suddenly you find yourself maybe 2, 3, 4 years in, and you haven't got any mates anymore because you didn't keep it up because you don't want them knowing what's been going on. So you're on your own.
Super Weber says we unconsciously look for the kind of dynamics we experience in childhood. I think there is something in that. I think there is, for a lot of people, again, it's generalisations, there'll always be exceptions. I do think for a lot of people there is something in that.
I think if that is what your model of a man or a woman is, maybe you're more likely to accept that.
John says, and I was going to say this, and I thought I won't because it sounds inappropriate. It was done well on the Archers. It was done really well on the Archers, but I didn't want to say that. 0203 286 6370.
Look at this from Pigeon Tail Art. I
Go
was
on.
literally talking about this with my therapist today. I've been emotionally abused pretty much my whole life by family members, friends and partners, and I always thought it was my fault because I bring out the worst in people.
Thank you for sharing that.
Man.
Thank you for sharing that. Someone in the chat said, what can we call in about? Catherine, what can they call in about?
Anything. Anything. Just
Let me
ring up.
just-
People ring up about nothing. People just ring up because they say, I haven't spoken to anyone all day. Or, I don't know, whatever.
If you're here for the Win $1 Billion competition, that's coming up later. It's coming up after midnight.
Yeah.
Free beer is coming up later, and we'll have Pammy and we'll have Brett Michaels of Poison coming up on the show.
The great reunion special.
A little bit later on. Let me just get that free beer down. I think these graphics are working. I think, look at the numbers. The numbers are flying high. 1,026.
Yeah.
I think this is, and it also, here's the thing. I thought it would look a little bit busy on the screen. It looks great, actually.
I think it looks really effective in a Linda Barker kind of way.
It looks great.
Isn't that beautiful?
This is our job, kids, is dicking around and, listening to people who are sometimes sharing quite intense things and sometimes, sharing absolute nonsense. If you want to help us out, there's another cat under there.
No, it's my foot.
It's Lucky's gone back. So we've got a footstool under there. The cat.
The footstool's actually mine, but no one's told the cat.
No one's told the cat. The free beer's coming. Follow. Click follow. We're nearly at 12,000 follows. We're 21 off 12,000. That would be awesome. You can subscribe or you can go to paypal.me/Iain Lee and make a donation.
Lino, I've just seen your comment in the chat. You're bang on there.
What does Lino say?
He's saying that about gaslighting.
Oh, yeah.
It's slow and insidious and horrible, and you're so on the inside of it you don't even realise it's happening.
But I think he's doing that to us.
Are you gaslighting me?
No idea.
Who's gaslighting
I'm
you?
gassing you with my bum.
Oh, God, I tell me about it.
Hello, caller. You're on the Late Night Alternative.
Hi there.
How may we help?
So, recently, I've been really down in general. I've currently moved up north. I've been living in London for about 10 odd years, and lately I've been feeling, I'm into a new environment with different people, and I haven't been feeling the best. It's been odd. I have friends. I have, what people would call a healthy life, but I just don't feel happy at all. I'm talking to people every day. I'm being active. I just don't feel happy.
What do you mean by what does don't feel happy mean to you?
In general, to me, feeling happy is being able to, smile and laugh with friends, and not feel down all the time. For me, I've been feeling down like this for, more than a year at this point, and I really, I thought it was normal. I really haven't talked to anyone about it.
Well, any idea why it started?
So, I have a rough idea. So around 4 years ago, my father unfortunately passed away.
Yeah.
I was pretty young at that time, and from then I was told I had to be the man of the house. So I've always been strong. So for example, I didn't let out any emotion. I was locked out at that point. I didn't cry at his own funeral, for example. It was tough. From then on, it's always been tough. I've dealt with depression. I've been in very dark places.
Have you cried for your dad at all?
Cried for him?
Yeah, when he passed.
No,
not once since he died.
Not once. I felt down and sad and depressed at some point, but I haven't cried yet.
And that's 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
What would happen if you cried for him?
Nothing. I reckon I'd cry and I might feel better. I've tried crying. Nothing can help. I've always just been kind of like blocked off and been told that, okay, this is who you are. You're a man, right? You can't be crying about this. I'm not British. I'm Portuguese, and this is how Portugal culture is. You know, I've always lived in England, so I've been exposed to some things like, you know, it's fine. You don't need to be masculine. You don't need to, you know, just not cry for anything. You can cry. It's fine. I just haven't been able to. You know, I've been very depressed lately though.
Who has told you that you're not supposed to cry? Your mum?
No, she's supportive with everything. Anything I do, she wants the best for me. It's, you know, it's just people around me, old friends, some type of family, you know.
Because it's funny you said you said two conflicting things. What would happen if you cried for your dad and you said nothing, or I might feel a bit better? Those are two quite huge. There's a huge gap between nothing and feeling a little bit better. And I suspect it would be the latter. It wouldn't solve everything. It wouldn't fix much. But crying is... when my dad died, right, and it was weird when my dad died because I didn't really have a very good relationship with him when we were just starting to build a relationship. This was 7 years ago he died. And there were things going on at home which meant I had a really... My kids, for whatever reason, my kids had never met my dad. And we were about to sort it out, then meeting him, and then he got really ill, and then he died. And so I had a lot of confusion and resentment. But, and I didn't know at the time how I felt about him. But one day I just broke down in the kitchen, and I cried and I cried, and I've never heard a noise like it. I've never heard a noise like it. It was guttural. It was like an animal. It was this incredible sound. And my wife, who we weren't really together at the time, but she came downstairs and she put her arm around me and she took me upstairs. I'd never made a sound like it. And it was, I was going to say it was wonderful, but crying is a brilliant release of pressure. And it can just bring up other feelings. And I was able to, while I was crying and afterwards, realise I was upset because my kids hadn't met my dad. I was upset because of the way he treated my mum. I was upset that I didn't make amends with him, 5 years earlier when I had an opportunity to. All this stuff came out because he died, and I allowed myself to cry. And I just think, I don't know how you do it, but, I just think if you watch like E.T. or if you watch something, right? I don't know if there's a film that gets you every time, that you kind of, find your eyes moistening at. If you just did something like that allowed you to express your emotion and, linked it in with your dad, it's not going to make you feel worse. As you say, the worst that's going to happen is nothing. The best that's going to happen is it's going to release and relieve some of the depression.
Right.
Right.
Can I make a suggestion? And this is a lot. I know that we're putting a lot on you.
Right. Please go ahead.
My husband's mum died a while ago. Years ago, actually, now. But it feels very fresh. And he was the oldest brother. And when you said that you had to be the man of the house, that really kind of rang with me. Not because my husband hasn't got a dad, but because he was the one that everyone lent on. And because he was so intent on making sure everyone else was all right, he forgot about himself. And the way you're talking, I've heard it before, and I know where I've heard it before, and it's from him. And what I would like to say to you is that you deserve to feel better. And it doesn't mean that you don't care about your dad or anything else that's gone on. And it was, I can't imagine. But it needs to come out in some sort of way. And I wonder actually whether, I don't know, whether you could talk to someone or whether this is going to sound a bit daft, but I think it might help. Could you write a letter to your dad?
Oh, I was going to say exactly the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll try.
I was say exactly the same
Definitely.
thing.
Because, I'm not expecting you to, shave your eyebrows off and go crying in the street and do all that sort of stuff, because you don't strike me as that kind of bloke, right? But better out than in.
Yeah, my suggestion was going to be, and you take all this on board, you do it tonight, you do it in 10 years, you don't do it, it's all good. But just write him a letter, all the stuff that you wanted to say to him and you didn't get to, you didn't get to say. And my suggestion would be I don't know if he's buried or if his ashes were scattered or if there was a bench in a park that meant a lot to him or a pub or whatever, and go to that place and sit down and read it to him. Some people suggest afterwards burning it. I've heard that suggested. Might be something in that. But reading it to him and then just sitting there and listening.
Right.
But
because I mean, he, once again, he's not buried here. He was even buried. He's put in I don't know the name for it in English, but he's put in basically a house with the rest of his family.
Yeah. A mausoleum.
Mausoleum.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. And it's currently out the country. But every time I go, I try to visit and I try to, talk. I clean it up all the time. And,
Good. The letter's really good because it helps you. Words are more powerful, I find, when they're written down and you can see them. You say if you just say out loud a paragraph, the first sentence is gone. But when you're reading a paragraph, it's all there. You can take time over it. You can you can spend weeks doing it and just going back, going, oh, I just want to add that thing about that thing when I was 15, and I just want to put that down and say thank you for that, or that thing when I was 20, and I just want to ask you why you did that. And it's all good. And if he's abroad, that's fine. Do it in, I don't know, do it in a church, do it in your back garden, do it in, the woods, do it by the sea, do it somewhere that is peaceful and you feel that you have a bigger connection to the universe.
But the perfect thing about this and the beautiful thing about it is you don't need to tell anybody else if you don't want to. You don't have to read it aloud to anyone else.
Between you and him.
Because it feels like, and I may have read this wrong, but it feels like you've spent a lot of time looking after everyone else and worrying about what they're feeling.
Tell your dad how you're feeling.
Right. Well, I'm going to try that now. Thank you. It's been it's been 4 years, and since then I've tried expressing sadness, anger, whatever I felt in different ways. I'm a very creative person, so music, whatever, streaming. I'm trying to do streaming now. I've been trying to do whatever I can, but I think this might be the best thing I can do at the moment.
Yeah.
It's simple and it's private.
Have you considered going and have a word with your GP about feeling like this?
I used to have a therapist, but I don't really think I talked to her about that much. It wasn't that point. It was just it was at the point where I was just depressed all the time. I wouldn't leave my bed for there was days, literal days, maybe 3 to 4 days. I wouldn't leave. I'd sit in my bed and I'd listen to music. It's been tough, but then
that's okay.
I had
That's
friends.
okay to sit in bed for days and listen to music because you're alive now, and you're on the phone to us. Those days had to happen because that was how you looked after yourself. But your dad would want you to live. I imagine. I don't know your dad. I'm assuming that you had a fairly decent relationship with him, and I'm assuming that he would want you to live, and he would want you to be happy, and he would feel guilty if the 4 years of feeling depressed, if it was in any way linked with his passing.
And also, you seem like you're obviously very attached to your family, and you care about your mum and the extended family and what they think, and the best way you can help is by helping yourself first. And your mum doesn't want to see you go under as well.
Of course not.
Good luck, man. Stay in touch.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you
Thanks
so much
for
for your help.
phoning us.
Thanks for sharing that with us. That's appreciate the honesty and the intimacy.
I can't imagine losing a parent. I can't imagine it.
Did I put those graphics up too soon?
Free beer would help.
0203 2866 370. Loads of people watching the show for the first time. Welcome. We're quite happy to go and talk onto a phone call about dicks now. Is that changing from topic to topic? It's wonderful to do, and we call them clunky gear changes, and we are big fans of them. Could you get me some water, please, Catherine?
I would let you have some of mine, but someone appears to have drunk it.
Oh, those bloody cats. Bloody cats and naughty cats. Don't show us any dicks though, says Pajama Speed, although...
No.
Egyptian. Oh, you absolute melt!
Oh no. Did that go over your crotch? I am sorry.
It went over my keyboard.
Oh man.
Dickhead.
Is that one of them wet resets?
I was going to offer to sing him a sad song.
No, I don't think that was quite appropriate, was it? Maybe next time.
My heart is so broken, my life is so sad. I miss my baby, I miss her so bad. I wasn't going to do a line about Dad for crying out loud.
Good. There's a
I
line.
wanna hold her hand and kiss and woo, but she left me because she hates the smell of my poo.
Nice use of the word woo there.
Thank
Don't
you.
hear it enough in songs anymore.
Americans say behoove all the fucking time, don't they?
I thought it was behove.
No, behoove.
I don't say behoove.
Well, then you don't say it right, but they say behoove all the time.
Why?
They just do
Why are they
it.
so obsessed with it?
All the time, baby. I'm addicted to the people at the bar. Sorry? Bit tired. I'm a bit tired now. We've got another hour.
You've been
of this.
giving and giving for an hour and a half, that's why.
Have you
2
seen
hours.
the new Raspberry Pi 400 all-in-one computer? Yeah, I don't really get it. I got two, there's another Oculus Quest. I got two Oculi Quest 4. How's America doing?
Still there? Those poor guys.
4 more years of Donald Trump. 4 more years of the greatest president this country's ever seen in his life. That's amazing. Well, it's great. It's America. We love America. I love America. That's why I'm voting for Donald Trump, President of the United States of America, for another 4 years.
Unknown person, never going to happen. Put your phone down.
Oh, yeah, motherfucker. That motherfucker in the White House. I love my president. Odie says, we announced our first female COD player tonight. Beautiful. Get her on board. Get her on the show. Let's get her on the show. What's the name of the team? Odie works with a professional Call of Duty team, and me and the boys went to see them play. It was the most terrifying experience. Very, very sweary atmosphere.
I bet. Tense, was it?
Youngest got a little bit scared. So we sat at the front row, and then we went and sat in the back row.
Gosh.
It was exciting. It was really exciting.
Were they calling each
Rogue and the London Royal Ravens. The youngest didn't really enjoy it that much. The eldest loved it. Absolutely loved it. It was very loud, and it was very...
They're calling each other shits and that.
You fucking went, it was all that
Oh,
stuff.
like the darts?
Yeah, it was a lot of that. I loved it. And yeah, the eldest loved it. You know the little ones. He's a pussy.
He's a child.
He's a pussy.
He's a little boy.
He's a pussy. He needs to man up. I'm going to man him up.
It's funny, isn't it?
Chuck him in a river.
Both of our younger kids appear to be more confident, but actually they're a lot more sensitive.
Yeah, I'm going to chuck
I
him
think
in
a lot
river.
of it's nerves, isn't it, the performing?
I think it's a pussy.
Oh, stop it. I mean, if you think about it, the pussy is quite a strong organ.
Oh, can we show that advert? Which I got a tweet off of, a retweet from Charlie Hickson, and you should have tweeted it.
I didn't see it.
You sent it to me.
Charlie Hickson?
You sent the tweet to me about the vagina computer game.
Oh, yeah, but I sent it privately.
Yeah, well, I tweeted
I didn't want my
it.
dad seeing that I'd sent
I
it.
tweeted it,
'Cause
and
you know, Christmas is coming and that.
look at this. This is great. Charlie Hickson retweeted it.
Was it Charlie Hickson?
This is
Charlie Hickson retweeted it from
a
me.
thing you stick in your coochie.
Hang on a minute.
Coochie,
You're
yeah.
hearing coochie, guys. You're hearing coochie. This is great. Look at this. We're going to see this lady's coochie.
No, you're not.
Yo.
This is a thing you stick in your coochie. Comes with an app. And then you can play games with your pussy.
You need an app for that these days, do you?
I had a stick with a feather on it. But...
Squeezing. You can play video games with your coochie. Oh my God. Squeeze your pelvic
Is she
floor.
doing that there?
see a butterfly, and then relax, and then fly. Yo, this is a thing you stick in your coochie. Comes with an app.
I've never heard it called a coochie.
Can you put it up your bum if you have no coochie? Why not?
I would imagine it's the same.
One each.
You can play against yourself if you're a woman.
What's it called? Perifit. Let's have a
Is
little-
it real? Because I imagine that actually it could be quite beneficial.
For your coochie?
For your pelvic floor.
Here we go. Perifit.
Instead of all these adverts normalising incontinence for women and suggesting that what look like pull-ups are actually really pretty, stick these on the
Well, I gave you, as you know, what was supposed to be a Christmas present yesterday.
Yeah. So I guess I'll have to ask my dad for this.
Perifit is a Kegel exerciser.
Yeah.
What's a Kegel?
Your pelvic.
Coochie.
I'm doing it now.
That lets you control video games with your pelvic floor. I haven't got a pelvic floor. When you contract, well, I haven't. I've got a wooden one. When you contract your pelvic floor, the bird goes up. When you relax it, the bird goes down. This is the bird. These games were designed by doctors to help properly strengthen the pelvic floor.
Would doing this on stream breach the TOS?
No, because you wouldn't be able to see it. Here we go. Simply place inside. There's the logo. That goes in there. Connect to the app, track your progress.
Why is she wearing special clothes? Why is she wearing yoga outfit?
Prevent and reduce prolapse without surgery.
surgery.
Well, those are oranges, though. Those are satsumas, sorry.
Gosh. I don't think you want to be putting that in your coochie.
Why? She's not sniffing that, is she?
No.
That goes up very far. I can't believe a coochie is that deep.
Venus O'Hara.
Unboxing. Nice cushions. Hey, I've got those cushions. Something my mum would say. Hey, we've got those. We've got that, Tita. I want to see her playing. This is 10 minutes 48. We're not watching all of this.
Thing going on where I just kept going to the loo over and over again to not even urinate very much, but I was just convinced that I wasn't empty, and if I wasn't empty, then I couldn't relax and sleep. And it was an absolute nightmare.
I got up and
However,
peed
in the
4 times
daytime,
last
there's
night.
nothing wrong with my
Not much
bladder
more.
at all.
I had a terrible headache. Here we go.
So it's been almost 3 months now, and I'm now
must be tired.
reaping the benefits finally. Because over the years, I've talked about pelvic floor many times. I've given workshops.
Do we see it go in?
No.
And then a green
Why
light
is that
will
bit of
start
brown on there?
flashing. And that's how you know it's on. And then you have to insert it like this with the power button at the top. And this part is worn outside the vagina. So I performed these exercises lying down with my legs slightly open, and I was holding my phone as I played the video games. Once you've downloaded the Perifit app, floor muscles, the jaws would open, and I was able to eat the fish. And
Oh,
as I
God, really?
relaxed, the jaws would close. And that's something I really love about this this method, as opposed to Kegel balls or yoni eggs, is that
Yoni.
it really
No, come on.
concentrates on intentional squeezing and relaxing.
I wanna get
Whereas
100%.
Kegel balls and yoni eggs, you're in a constant state of tension. So this seems a bit more natural and a bit more effective.
Go up.
And also the best thing for me, not only the video games are kind of very entertaining, but it's really nice to
They
see
look like shit games.
I would have got
the
that first one.
results and see the graphs at the end, because that's very motivating when you see that you start to make. Yes. And
What do we reckon
Perifit,
the cost is?
Visit perifit.com.
I would probably pay about 40 quid for that.
I reckon it's a lot more than that.
Well, then we can forget it.
I'm going to say 129.99.
No.
This is the next Among Us. It
Shop.
could be.
Here it is.
I'm going to say $139, so 120. I'm not far off. Yeah.
Nah. If you want to,
reduced.
Nah.
Pink.
Just do the thing where because if you've had a baby, they tell you the exercises. You don't have to
Let's get one.
play flipping. No, don't.
Let's not. I'm joking. Give it away as a prize. Games look shit. Oh, there's a driving one. There's a driving one.
They're not for you. What's that one? Is that like Super Mario? We've got to bounce
It
between...
is, isn't it?
Yeah.
That should get done. They should get done for that. They should get done for that. That's not good. I wonder if they want to sponsor the show.
We should have a word with them.
We should do.
I'd be up for that.
Mrs. S says both her mental and physical health
have
have improved
thanks to Perifit.
Perifit.
You know, it's no laughing matter wetting yourself. There's an advert at the moment saying, I'm not going to let a bit of wee come, spoil my life.
I've got some sexy pants, but they're not. They're old paper
Go
ones.
and see a doctor. You shouldn't be wetting yourself in your 30s and 40s. Come on. When you're doing a wee, ladies, and you know this, when you're doing a wee, just stop the flow now and again. That's how you do your exercises.
Okay.
That's how you do your exercises.
Okay.
In fact, we can all sit and do them now. And men, you can do them too. Just clench and relax. Clench and relax. And if you have to imagine Mario or Pac-Man, do it. I'm doing it now.
Oh. I think we had a little bit of juice come out.
No, stop it. Honestly. Very tidy workspace. And you can have one too. You just got to work out. Someone's saying I should release a fitness DVD. Put some music on. We'll do it. Ready, everyone? Okay. Let's do some... Breathe in. This won't cost you $130. And breathe out. Okay. Now center yourself in your seat. Lean forward a little bit. Don't be slouching. And clench. 2, 3, 4. Relax. 2, 3, 4. Clench. 2 is going to get frenetic in a minute. You know it is. And relax. 2, 3, 4. And clench, 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 clench. Oh, can you feel that muscle? Working out. You shouldn't be building up a sweat yet.
You
and
keep going.
relax.
I'm going to put this. We've got to get the front page.
Stop it.
Hang on a minute. We're going to get the front page.
Listen, there is no excuse for sloppy business.
Here we go.
I don't care how many children you've had. Just a few minutes every single day. Very simple workout. You will not be wearing those bloody awful pull-ups. Not on my watch. Ah, dear.
Right.
Ready?
For the front page.
I'm not exercising my fanny.
For the front page, all right?
It's more me pipe.
Hang on. There we go. There we go. Right, and...
No dribbling.
Front page, here we go.
Breathe in. I want you doing it as well.
I'm doing it.
No, you're not.
Look at the front page. Kathy's exercising her fanny.
Is this serious? I don't want laughing, I want clenching. Ready? 2, 3, 4, clench. Release. Clench. Good boy, release. Clench. Release. Clench. Hold it. Release. Clench, clench, clench. You'll thank me for this. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. But continence costs. And here's where we start paying. In sweat. Clench. Release. Clench. Release. Clench. Release. One more. Clench. Release. And give yourself a clap. Well done, everybody.
Let's just change the title. Coochie Club.
Coochie Club. We can do this every... What day is it?
Tuesday. Every Tuesday is Coochie Club.
5-minute Coochie Club. You'll all be better for it. Just saved yourself $138.
Gemma says her fanny is tired. Yours is a comparatively new fanny, Gemma, so... Well, you get a refund.
I was reading Caitlin Moran. Well, I wasn't reading it. I was listening to it. That's a lie. I can't read anything at the moment. I can't concentrate. But I've been listening to Caitlin Moran's new book. And she talks about this phenomenon where she has a bath and then maybe half an hour later, some of the bath water comes out. There'll be none of that on my watch.
Oh, dear.
Mm-hmm. Anyway.
Dan says, see you next Tuesday for Coochie Club.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dan.
Let's do it.
That's what we needed.
What I really need now is...
By the way, this is in reference to the Caitlin Moran thing.
I like the mushy peas.
What we need is... We've got to own this, right?
Yep.
They're calling us boomers. We're not boomers.
No.
We're Generation X.
Yeah.
And women of Generation X, we're getting to the stage in our lives where if we don't clench now, we'll never be able to clench again, okay? So what I'm thinking is, what I need from DJ Dan, some proper workout music, and I need Pop Hazy to make me some sort of announcement, because this should be a thing. Yeah, Coochie Club, every Tuesday.
Coochie Club.
I'll see you next Tuesday.
There we go. See you next Tuesday. We lost quite a lot of viewers there.
Really?
Yeah, we had over 1,000 and now it's dipped off.
Well,
We need to get...
I feel sorry for you.
It's a good
People can't.
caption.
Some people can't handle Coochie Club, and that's
Great on
fine.
the
It's best
front
they
page.
leave.
Look at the front page of Twitch, actual Twitch front page, is you, picture of you, and the words Coochie Club.
Also, it's such a manly environment. We need to do this loud and proud, ladies. Coochie Club.
It's a coochie coo. Raimi! Oh, it's a coochie coo. Well played.
I can see T-shirts. I can
Well
see. Forget jazzercise. This is.
0203 286 6370 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. You are very welcome. No withheld numbers, please.
Ginger beard Mark. The first rule of Coochie Club is clench.
0203 286 6370. No withheld numbers, please. You can call in and talk about anything you want. We have gone from, people some sharing some very heartfelt stuff to talking about loose fannies. You can Skype from anywhere in the world if you use the TLNA. The way to do it is you go to people's groups and messages and you type in TLNA and a few options come up with the red and black one. Oh, something's happened to my ear. Yeah. Also, I keep forgetting
That's
to
the
say...
result of clenching.
I keep forgetting to say, and we'll do this tomorrow, you can watch this on your TVs. If you've got PlayStation or if you have got... My friend Will's got the brand new Xbox.
Has he now? Is that why he's your friend?
Yeah, it's not come out yet. He says he's got me one, but I don't know where it is. And I've got one on order, and I'm thinking, do I cancel the one on order or do I... Because if I cancel the one on order, his one will never turn up.
Mm-hmm. You know what that is?
What?
Luxury problem, mate.
It's not actually. It's quite serious. It's not, Matty. You can't have mine. No. I emailed them about PlayStation 5s today, and they were Sony were hinting they might give me one, but they've not. Anyway, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, so you can watch this show on your TV if you've got a PlayStation or Xbox. You can download the Twitch app, and you can watch either with the chat down the side or just us. If you've got a smart TV or a Kindle Fire Stick. A lot of the smart TVs have got Twitch on, or you can add Twitch. You can Kindle Fire Stick, I think, has got Twitch on it, or again, you can add it. Plug it into your TV. You can watch us on the telly. Amazon Fire Stick, thank you. Fire TV. You can watch us on your telly. So just your phones or your lappies or your tablets. What do you mean? All these the kids talking about tablets? When I was a kid, tablets were things you get from the doctor. I'm Woody Allen.
Is that what he does? Baby, 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 baby. More like Porky Pig, isn't it?
0203 286 637. You don't really get people that can't say their R's anymore, do you? 0203 286. You don't get that very often.
You do. Hard gangsters from the East End tend to. Yeah.
Your massive face looks great on my big TV. How rude. How dare you speak to Katherine like that? How dare you? How's that rude?
Talk about a
calling you a moon face.
A double-ended compliment.
Double-ended dildo.
You have to say it, don't you?
I have to buy it. Stuart called and then bottled it. Okay.
Okie dokie.
Okie dokie. 0203 286 6370. Man, I'm suddenly really, really tired. I was so tired today. I got up, did a meeting at 9, had this meeting at 10:30. Then I went to... Then I kind of went to lay down, and I had another AA meeting at 12:30, and I did it in bed. And then as soon as it was finished at 1:30, didn't wake up until 4:30.
Man.
I was out of it.
You were a sleepy bean.
Totally out of it. Yeah, really tired. I'm so tired now. It's relentless, this exhaustion.
Yeah, I had the kids all week last week, obviously, because they're my children and there was no school. And I've not realised just the level of...
She says they're her children.
I've got the proof. Just floating along dazed, I've been since the middle of last week. You know, working quite late, but also being up with the kids. You know, to be honest, they're older now, so it's not like I'm changing nappies or anything. It's not high intensity workout that it used to be, but still, it's draining, isn't it?
Nice to see
So I had a good old
Jack's
sleep
law
today.
being put to good use. Jack, I can't remember what Jack's law was. What was it? It was a law we made up for Jack. And it was
Was
about...
it to do with coochies?
No, it's to do with calling people back, wasn't it? Hey, Big Beans 96, we've been waiting for you. What is this, he asks, or she. I know it's a he. This is your show. This is the Big Beans 96 show. And to prove it, we got this for you. Hang on, stay there. There we go. Goes very slow when I put... Stay there, Big Beans 96. There we go. There we go. Welcome.
Oh, Big Beans.
Welcome,
Everyone loves
Big Beans
a big
96.
bean, don't they?
It's for you. What would you like us to do, Big Beans 96? This is your show. How can we entertain you? Big Beans 96. And because we've been waiting for you, watch this. Look. Arise, Big Beans. You're a VIP.
Yeah, you're in.
You're a VIP, Big Beans 96. This is happening. This is happening. What happens if you're made a VIP? An angel dies in heaven. OMG, what does that mean? That means that tonight's show, Big Beans, is all about you. iJobby, can we see your Big Beans? Don't be so vulgar. Everybody in the chat, pass on your best wishes
To Big Beans.
to Big Beans.
96.
Oh, look, is Tim Heidecker doing a live Zoom show? YouTube show?
Yeah. Election night.
Outrageous. Welcome, Big Beans. Jack Law states you must promote watching the show via your TV
As well as
your
your
laptop or phone or something like that.
Right.
Thank you, Jack. You're absolutely right. That was Jack's law. I just made a Twitch half an hour ago. This is mental. Big Beans 96. This is what every channel is like. We've all been expecting you.
Yeah.
We've all oh, it's Coochie Club. We've all been expecting you. This
We'll tell you about Coochie Club next Tuesday.
every Twitch stream will make you feel as welcome. If they don't, you report them to Twitch.
Yeah.
It would be my suggestion.
Because they're out of order.
They are out of order. Scumbags. St. Jim would like to join
Big
Coochie
beans.
Club.
Okay. Listen, we don't discriminate. If you feel like you wanna, you're in.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Yeah. Clench.
0203 is the telephone number.
I like to butter, please.
Yes.
I like to butter, please.
He's supposed to be saying, I like the mushy peas.
It sounds like I like to butcher.
That kid is in big trouble. Let's see who this is. Hello, caller. You're on the Late Night Alternative.
Hi there. It's Tim again. I called earlier on,
Tim.
and I said to myself, if Ian reads the number out again, I'm going to call again.
Yes.
So, so I was just wondering. I know that we're on a bit more of a high now. I'm hoping to get through to Big Bean eventually.
Big Beans 96. We're waiting for your call, Big Beans.
This sounds just like that other chat show I used to call. And I was just wondering, so long story short, coming out of my depression, realising that I'm going to go for it with life and that you're going to get one shot and that I really want to do what I want to do, which is to train and practice in chiropractic care. It's very ambitious for me. Yeah, it's very ambitious for me. And I just wondered if either of you, because I don't know you either, well, firstly, half as well as I'd like to, but also your personal lives particularly, is there a sense of mental health being the negative kind of force or block that keeps you from following your goals and your dreams? And if so, are there books you can recommend or things you can do, I suppose, to really conquer them?
I don't understand the premise of your question. Is
mental health stopping you from fulfilling your ambitions?
Loads of stuff is.
Yeah.
Loads of stuff is.
For me, it's more about time and money.
Right.
But
that-
he's just gone back to college. So
it's but loads of stuff stop you fulfilling your ambitions: mental health, kids, money, time, responsibility, apathy.
I suppose for me, those other things at the moment aren't an issue. I don't like other people enough to have a relationship, but also I just feel that it's something that academically would be, I think, quite difficult. But I have such a passion for it. I'd really like to go for it. And I suppose what I'm concerned about is that the poor mental health that I've had in the past, I don't want to return and sort of crumble all of those things. But I also think that you have to go for it, because otherwise, what else are you going to do?
You can't wait for that to happen or anticipate that.
Yes.
For a long time, not because of mental health, just because I had very young children, and there's always a financial reason when you've got little kids that you can't kind of pursue things or take time out from a career that at that time was very stable. I spent a long time talking myself out of going for things because I thought, no, do you know what? Don't rock the boat. And I would see the hurdles before I got to them and then think, I'm not even going to bother. In the last, I would say, 8 years.
Why did you start 8 with...
I was going to say 5. I was going to say 5. It took me a little while to get used to it, but I've started saying yes to stuff. If people offer me, or if people want to talk to me about stuff, for example, job-wise or
Coochies.
Definitely coochies. But if people think I'm capable of it.
By the way, I tried some of Kath's coochies. Voila, it goes great with grapes.
Yeah, and a nice cracker. But if what I'm trying to say to you is, go for it. The worst thing that can happen is you find out it's not for you. And actually, that's a good thing that can happen because it might not be that thing that's for you, but something might come from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I appreciate that.
I've stopped talking myself out of things. And I've also stopped, when people ask me if I would like, for example, Iain was asked to talk at a radio festival. This was years and years ago when I was... My self-esteem when it came to my job and stuff was at an all-time low because I'd kind of been knocked back quite a lot, and I decided that the safest thing to do was to not hope for things anymore. Just get on with it, go to work, go home, not expect anything, and not try to move out of it because every time I tried, I seemed to get knocked back. So Iain got asked to do a talk, and he said, "I'll do it if you do it." And I said, "No one wants to hear what I've got to say." And I heard myself saying that, and I thought, God, what's happened to you? No one wants to hear what I've got to say. I've been doing this job for years and years, and actually I know quite a bit, and I'm quite good at this. And slowly, I started to sort of recognise the fact that people were asking me stuff because they thought I could help them. So, I say yes to stuff. That's a very long answer, but have a go. What's the worst that can happen? If you can afford it, and it's not going to land you in any financial difficulty, and you've got the time, someone's got to do it.
That absolutely right. And I suppose, I completely agree with it. I mean, on the one hand, I was wondering whether to call in because I don't know whether it's a relevant thing to talk about or it's a waste of people's time. I don't know.
We talk about all sorts.
Here's the thing as well. With this college course, I've signed up to a 2 year. It's not really 2 years. It's 5 terms college course. It's costing me about $6 or $7 grand. Right, it's a lot of money, which I can't really afford. But
you can buy a lot of strawberries with that. And
buys a lot of strawberries. I don't pay for my strawberries. Who pays for strawberries? But also, here's the thing: if at any point, after a term, I decide I don't like it and it's not for me, I have given myself permission to walk away, and then all I've lost is a not inconsiderable amount of money. But that's it. If I'm not enjoying it, and I am at the moment, but if I'm not enjoying it at the end of term 1 or the end of term 2. I'm not going to stick with it for the rest of the time. If it's making me unhappy.
Yeah, but what you're not doing is going 5-6 years down the line and thinking, shit, I should have just had a go.
Yep.
I haven't got time now. There's no point. I'm too old. Have a go.
Yeah.
Have a go.
I suppose the other thing is that I'm thinking, because this is kind of the only thing I've ever been passionate about. I'm 33, so I've tried the classic retail jobs, customer service jobs that everybody does when they're younger, and this is the only thing that I've really ever been quite passionate about. And I suppose if I do go and it doesn't work out, and then I suppose I haven't lost anything, but it's that initial feeling of what if it doesn't work out? What else am I going to do? But I suppose that's just something that everybody has.
Also, don't assume that everyone's already doing it. Everyone who's a chiropractor, that was what you wanted to try to be, isn't it? Don't assume they're all way cleverer than you, or they've got, all got more charmed lives or whatever. If someone's got to do it, why not you?
Tim, go back and watch the stream because two things are about to happen. Thank you for your call. The first thing is, the second thing is Katherine is going to do some chiropractic on me.
What?
Some chiropractic. You're going to put your elbow in my back in a bit. But the first thing that's happening is I'm going to play an inspiring song that hopefully will help you fulfill your dreams. Is on. The time is right. It's time for you to take your gun. Everyone's trying to do the best that they can when you're going for go.
Now let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
I've got to say though, I did find that show boring.
No, you're a dick. No. No. We'll have some of it then. We'll have some of the 19. Look at him. How can you find it? I used to love it. Here we go. So love this. This is a great show.
He looked like one of my teachers.
Here we go, everybody. This is the quieter audio for health reasons. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. The theme is on. The time is right. It's time for you to take your chance. People are coming in. Everyone's trying to be the best that they can when they're going for go. Two things. What did I notice there? What did I notice? What did I notice there?
You said
no.
The heat is on.
The heat is on. Look again at the contestants. Tell me what you see.
Okay.
Tell me what you see.
I got carried away with the song.
Tell me what you see. Look at the contestants.
The heat is on. The time is right.
Me. What?
She's famous.
Is she?
Yep.
No.
Yep.
Who that?
Egghead. I don't really watch it. She's one of the eggheads.
Is she?
She's one of the eggheads. Daphne. Now look at all of the men. All of the men are identical. We're playing catch up in the two zone. Here we go.
The heat is on. The time is right. It's time for you to play your game. People are coming.
They're all the same man, but they're just slightly different. Here we go. They're the same people. Look at those two men.
What year was this? God.
88, 1988.
It looks very 70s, doesn't it?
Look. It's the same man.
Similar, yeah. Maybe a spot of time travel, but yes.
Trying to be the best that they
Hello, lovely lady.
can when they're going.
It's a good beard.
Now let's welcome your host, Henry Kelly.
Oh, you fucking always got a bow tie.
This is an incredibly white show, so it depends on the chat.
It's what Europe used to be in the old days.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. And in honour of the day that's in it, welcome to Going for...
What?
What now?
In honour of the day. What did he say?
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. And in honour of the day that's in it, welcome to Going...
And in honour of the day that's in it. And in honour of the day that's in it.
Now, could our Irish viewers... was that a fluff or is that a saying?
He liked to drink.
Did he?
He liked to drink. Friends with my ex. Is he dead now?
Henry Kelly, I think so.
Yeah.
Let's check.
Yeah, he is, I think.
Let's check. Yeah, I think I remember him passing.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I saw him get run out of a pub that had... He used to go into the pub opposite where I lived. Did a great roast, the Victoria in North Hill. when I lived in Tatford Towers, which was a house that used to be owned by Kula Shaker. And he had to run out because it had a strict no phone policy and his phone rang.
Indeed, and in honour of the day that's in it, welcome to Going for Gold wherever you're watching us in Europe, and welcome to our studio audience.
And this is the arrogant. This is why Europe was not upset when we left, because of the arrogance of having a European quiz show in English. In English.
Well,
three of the United Kingdom nations in a group of 6 finalists.
I know, but English was the kind of the language that most people spoke.
As a second or third.
No, in European politics.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise these were all European politicians.
No, but you're talking about the EU, right?
I'm talking about Europe.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Going for Gold. It's in English.
Yeah.
These are not European politicians.
No, but it's not unusual for people from the European Union, as was, to speak really good English, because that was kind of, still...
As their second or third language.
Yeah, but still, for example, I've got lots of friends...
En français.
I was going to speak to you in Spanish, actually, because
en
tengo muchos
español.
amigos en España, y si quieres un empleo bastante impresionante, tienes que tener un nivel de inglés superior que lo que hablamos en español aquí. What I'm saying to you is you need to have a certain level of English to be even considered for a decent job in Spain.
In the Coochie Club.
The Coochie Club. The Coochie Club doesn't care what language you speak.
Listen, all these people speak English, and of course they do. But what I'm saying is, out of the 6 finalists, 3 of them are from United Kingdom. The quiz is in English, and I suggest if this were in Luxembourg, the finalists would all be Luxembourgians.
Okay.
Here in London on a very special day, because at last, after 140 contestants, 5,000 questions, 23 weeks, and contestants from 15 different countries, today is the day of the final on Going for Gold, which is why I've taken the old suit out of the mothballs in honour of the occasion. If you are watching us already this week on days 1, 2 and 3, you know that 2 English contestants, Daphne Hudson and Paul Wallace...
Is he clenching? He's clenching.
Coochie
Rewind.
Club. He's Coochie Club, isn't he?
Henry Kelly is a member of Coochie Club.
Which is why I've taken the old suit out of the mothballs in honour of the occasion. If you are watching us already this week on days 1, 2 and 3, you know that 2 English contestants, Daphne Hudson and Paul Wallace, are into today's final with Peter Schmidt-Bauer from Austria. So we're down to other contestants today. In a moment, we'll get closer to the final. The quiz champion of Europe and this prize.
Fly with us to Korea and...
What? Shit library pictures. I was watching a...
They're not library pictures. That was the modern pictures back then.
And share the excitement of witnessing world record achievements as athletes from all over the world gather in Seoul to once again compete for Olympic glory. While you're there, experiences exotic Asian...
While you're there...
to once again compete for Olympic glory. While...
I mean,
wow. That looks like...
Spaghetti Junction?
It's a crying cactus.
Why would you do that? It is, isn't it?
While you're there, experiences exotic...
Dead now.
Country, its culture and its people. You'll have plenty of time to enjoy the Olympics and...
That's not the Olympics. Can't fool me.
That's the Korean Frank Sidebottom.
The opportunity of discovering this unique...
Kath. Oh, what happened?
Yeah.
We've gone back to the start. We have to start from the beginning. Sorry.
Oh,
I'll continue. Is first round.
And the opportunity of discovering this unique country at your leisure. A fabulous prize for the Euro...
Was that Korean Starlight Express?
European Quiz
Rewind
Champion.
it.
Discovering this unique country at your leisure. A fabulous prize for the European Quiz Champion of Going for Gold.
Oh, they cut it so the only bit of editing that worked, they cut it so it looked like he was doing the drum.
European Quiz Champion of Going for Gold.
Oh, someone got high-fived all around that day.
Yes.
Yes, we know the theme music was done by Hans Zimmer.
And so this is it, stretching all the way back there to last autumn and up to the Christmas semi-finals and then the semi-finals that we had just there last week. We're at it. This is the day. Now already our 3 daily winners so far this week are into what I call the first round proper, and my don't I get teased about that, which means that our...
You're playing catch-up in the 2 zone. What or am I? I'm round, I'm a fruit, and I'm orange-coloured.
I'm going to be saying it. I couldn't be doing it.
Other 5 contestants who started the week with us, now one of them will go through to that...
I used to freaking love this.
Did you? Well,
yes.
I was 9.
That was 15. This was
Well,
it.
first round. It's a beat the buzzer contest again. Contestants, as you know, the contestants, 2 from Austria, 1 from Scotland, 1 from England, and 1 from Wales. All of them have had.
Come on, Catherine. It's 3/5 of them are from the United Kingdom, English speaking.
Very impressive that Austria's got a double.
Yeah.
Good runs, very good runs and going for gold. And now the first one of them to get 2 points here will go into the first round for today's final. It's 1 point for each correct answer. So contestants, Peter, Richard, Sue, John and Michael, if you're ready, we'll go.
Is that?
Yeah.
Can you do it? They all do it. Look.
It's pushing your...
They all do it.
Contestants, Peter, Richard, Sue, John and Michael, if you're ready, we'll go.
Oh, the only one that's not done it is Sue. Look at Sue. Look at Sue. She's there. Now, does that mean she's done it before? Or does that mean she's not shaking it out? And if she's not shaking it out, she's going to have friction.
Is she wearing a suit jacket?
There's going to be friction. Yeah, she's looking very glamorous.
Correct answer. So contestants, Peter, Richard, Sue, John and Michael, if you're ready, we'll go. What is our name? We are South American Indians who ruled an empire that...
Aztecs.
Could be Incas.
Okay, I'm saying Aztecs, you're saying Incas.
Extended. Scotland, Richard.
Aztecs.
Is not the correct...
Oh,
correct answer. Austria, John Ericsson.
Incas.
The Incas is...
Don't you call me an Inca. Right, okay, one.
Is the correct answer. Well done. 1 point. 1 point so far for John, and I must remind you, contestants, wait until I've said either correct or incorrect before you hit those buzzers again. What?
He was having
Don't tell me what to do.
He was having a go at Sue. Because Sue, if you look, Sue went for it.
The correct answer.
No, she didn't. Maybe it was this dude at the end. Someone went for it early. The guy on the right, by the way, looks like the original master from Doctor Who.
For each correct answer. So contestants, Peter, Richard, Sue, John and Michael, if you're ready, we'll go.
We've done this.
What is our name? We are South American Indians who ruled an empire that extended... Scotland, Richard.
Aztecs.
Is not the correct answer. Austria, John Ericsson.
Incas.
The Inca...
He hits the buzzer, so he's telling us off, right? He says, don't forget, don't hit it until I say it is incorrect or otherwise, right? But the fella, the master at the end, hits it when he says it's not right.
Oh, right.
Scotland, Richard.
Aztecs.
Is not the correct answer.
He buzzes.
Austria, John Ericsson.
Incas.
The Incas is the correct answer. Well done. 1 point. 1 point so far for John, and I must remind you, contestants, wait until I've said either correct or incorrect before you hit those buzzers again.
Screw you. He said it. He hit it. You said it. He hit it.
Again. What am I? I am a muscular, powerfully built cat with...
Puma.
Tiger.
A long body, short leg. Scotland.
Cheetah.
Is not the correct answer. The rest of it...
No, I'm talking about the Austrian fella.
Austria, John.
Tiger.
Pardon?
Tiger.
Is not the correct answer.
Damn it.
Pardon?
Sir, I'll continue. England, Sue.
A lynx.
Is not the correct answer.
Oh, God, there's so many cats.
Such a beautiful lady, Sue on 1988.
Stop objectifying Sue.
I like her because she's so brainy.
But she's not got it right, so that's not true. Go.
Answer. That means Peter and Michael, the rest of the question is for you. I'll continue. Buzz in when you think you know the answer.
Where is the train station? Because they don't know English very well, but somehow they've got through to the final by only knowing like 10-year-old English. Where is the hospital? That's quite funny.
God.
Answer. Short legs and a large head. My coat is short and pale yellow to dark brown. Michael.
Lion.
A lion is the...
No, I'm not. I'm telling the truth. He's calling me a cheater. He's saying I'm lying.
You're lying.
Correct answer. That gives you 1.
Scotland. Oh, she's got an eye now. She's got an eyelash problem. Oh, look at her. She's got an eyelash problem there, or maybe a contact lens.
No, she's not. She's turning on the chip in her brain.
They didn't have chips in those days, did they?
Yeah.
Did they?
Yeah, they invented chips in the 80s.
I didn't know that.
So, hands on the buzzers again. Who am... I am a silent film actor and director.
Charlie You got it.
Harold Lloyd.
Charlie Chaplin. Director.
Who created Scotland Richard.
Charlie Chaplin.
Is not the correct answer. Michael from
D.W.
Wales.
Griffith.
Pardon?
D.W. Griffith.
No, I'm sorry, that's not the correct answer either. Anybody else? I shall continue with the answer, with the question. The classic deadpan character in conflict with mechanical monsters. My lifelong trademark was a never... Austria, John Ericsson. Is the correct answer, John. Well done indeed.
Yes.
Okay. Well...
Look at this lad. Someone's having the time of their
The
life.
hymn is on.
Someone, look at this.
Loving
look
it.
At this fella.
Isn't that the guy who used to be in EastEnders? Nigel.
Yes, it is. Naughty. Just seen himself on TV. You should be in school.
She looks like Esther McVeigh, time travelling.
Yeah. This is the same kid. They've got these glasses. Are
This guy's a ghost.
There we go. There's
Yeah.
a lot going on. Danny DeVito there in the audience, ladies and gentlemen.
John Ericsson from Austria, who I think, in all honesty, to John Ericsson, had hardly said a word for the first 3 days this week. And when it counts,
so
there he goes
these people
to
are
that
out.
first round. But before I go to the first round, my great thanks, and I'm sure a great round of applause, to Michael Jones from Wales, to Sue Balaam, Richard Leslie, and to Peter Call from Austria, Scotland, and England. Thanks for being with us throughout this series.
Now you can all bugger off.
An Austrian has won the first round.
Series on Going for Gold. Well played, all of you. Right. So,
besides that, Mike, is they call that a lavalier? I checked it is portmanteau.
Is it?
For an anthology film? Yeah.
Gosh.
So the first round and the final is between Daphne Hudson from England, Paul Wallace from England, Peter Schmidt-Barr and John Ericsson, both from Austria. One way or another, this is between Austria and England.
Interesting. I don't think Austria is in Europe.
Let's find out who goes through the first round.
I don't think Austria is in England. Is in Europe. I apologise.
Of course it is.
You say, of course it is. Lino's done a joke, guys. I'm not going to read it out because it's very poor, but if you want to read it in the chat and give him feedback directly, it's Lino.
What was that? Oh, that was the Seoul Korea mascot, wasn't it?
God, it was crap, wasn't it?
Tiger.
We got Phil Collins here.
We have.
We got two lovely ladies. I mean, literally,
They're
we
on a
joke
day
about
out.
it. Nearly everyone here is dead.
Actually, that looks like there's a spirit in between them. What's this?
That's a flag she's waving.
Oh, is it?
She's waving a flag.
Or is it a lightsaber?
Bored, time of her life. Time of her life. Nearly, I would say 80% of the people there have got glasses.
Yeah, intellectuals, you see.
Yeah, what's going on here?
So, final day on Going for Gold, as we said, indeed, at the very start, which is why we're in the good suit. And there are the 4 contestants who are into the first round proper, the very last first round in this series of Going for Gold. And they represent England.
So I'm guessing Daphne wins this because she goes on to be an egghead.
2 English people, Daphne Hudson and Paul Wallace, and 2...
Look at the fucking arrogance of Peter. Look at him, hand in pocket. Look at him. Absolute bastard.
He's wearing a smart 3-piece.
How dare he?
From Austria, Peter Schmidt-Barr and John Ericsson. You know the rules. Let's get straight on as we wish you good luck, first of all.
You know what that's called? Svaga.
Svaga. It's good, the Svaga.
It has the session Svaga.
In today's contest, contestants. It's the Beat the Buzzer round. 3 of you.
Oh, sorry.
You will go
we
through
doing
to the
it?
next round. The first 3 to score 6 points will so do. Questions in categories worth 1, 2 or 3 points, and we begin with a general knowledge question for 1 point. With what human organ do we associate a pacemaker? Paul.
The heart.
The heart is the correct answer. You're off the mark. Paul, you're off the mark. The category is geography. Select.
2, please.
A 2-point question on geography. In which country are the towns of Cork and
Ireland. Ireland.
Paul.
Eire, Southern Ireland.
Eire, the Republic of Ireland, Southern Ireland. That is correct.
We can give you Ireland. I've just checked, and we can give you Ireland.
Thanks.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
That takes you to 3, Paul, and the category is rock and roll.
I'll try 3.
3 to
try
double your
3.
score and go through to that next round.
I bet it's about that French rock and roller. What's his name?
Johnny Hallyday.
Johnny Hallyday.
Or Bill.
Bilelli.
Bilelli.
Produced by George Harrison, which other ex-Beatles first solo single
Ringo Starr. 3 points. We're neck and neck.
was Paul?
Ringo Starr.
Is correct. It don't come easy. You're in that first round. Well done.
Thank you, Ringo. Don't come easy.
Well done.
Did you see Ringo's message to America last night?
Yes, he loves
Peace and love, America. Peace and love.
Okay, nobody had a chance even to get to a buzzer while Paul was on such good form there, and he goes through to our next round. So, with the scores level for John, Peter and Daphne, general knowledge question for 1 point. With which field event are the styles Western Roll and... Daphne.
High jump.
High jump on the false brief flop.
Brilliant.
She's resting her boobs on the table there.
Why not?
Why not, indeed?
There's nothing in the rules about not doing that.
You're absolutely right, and I apologise, of course.
She's getting purchased however she can.
The category, Daphne, is famous women.
3, please.
3-point question on famous women. What nationality was the writer Karen Blixen?
Beep.
Didn't even get the question out.
Italian.
You say Karen Blitz. They didn't get many Karens.
Daphne.
Danish.
Is the correct answer.
Karens originally.
Daphne, that takes you to 4. The category is wars. Select.
2, please.
2-point question
What are
on
they good
wars. What name is given to the brief war of June 1967?
6-Day War.
Won by Daphne.
6-Day War.
Is the correct answer. Won by the Israelis. Okay.
Daphne's doing this.
Well,
To the
so
guys.
Daphne and Paul representing England have gone through. Well, as now it's a fight between 2 Austrians, and they're side by side, so it's up to you, Peter and John. Here you go. General knowledge for 1 point. What do we call a polygon with 6 internal... Peter.
A hexagon.
Is the correct answer. Gets you off the
Peter
mark.
did that with one hand in his pocket.
Peter, the category is famous Williams. Famous Williams.
Famous Williams.
Williams, yes.
We don't, in Austria, we don't have anybody
mean
Williams.
Wilhelm?
We don't have Williams. I'm guessing it's going to be one of your British Williams, maybe Shakespeare or Just.
Orange?
Or Orange, or Wonka.
William Wonka.
William Wonka. So I guess I will take 3 points, and I will not even play Shatner. I will say Shakespeare's.
Well, a 2.
A 2-point question. Which Italian composer wrote the opera William Tell?
Rossini.
The question's not about Williams.
Rossini.
It's not about Williams,
The answer is
though.
Rossini.
But it's
Peter.
Rossini.
Rossini did.
Rossini.
Did indeed.
Yeah.
Peter, the category is the weather. Select.
Look at his crap cards. He's just got like post-its.
But also, he's having to turn it on its side to see. Look.
Peter, the category is
next?
the weather.
What's next?
Select.
What that is.
It's from a pad.
He's made a note on it. Next category is one. So, Peter, the next category is what we're in there. Weather.
A 3.
A 3-point question to double your score and put you in the next round. What term exactly describes the temperature at which water vapor begins to condense in the... John.
Boiling point.
Is not the correct answer.
Oh,
in the
John.
atmosphere. Peter.
The condensation of in Austrian we say condensation situation. I don't know what it is in English, but you have to give it to me. Condensing
We're out
point.
of time. I wanted exactly the word dew point.
Hey,
Hey, we'll have none of that. I'm sorry if anyone was offended by that.
We're out of time. I wanted exactly the word dew point.
Oh, come on. They should cut to a picture of a rabbi going like that as a dew point. That's not good.
It's not a flipping catchphrase,
No.
mate.
And you didn't have it. So, general knowledge question for 1 point again. In which Asian country did the musical instrument called the sitar
India. I'm through to the next round. You're fucked. Goodbye.
I like how
It
they
did
slowly
indeed.
turn
You're on
into
to
Daleks.
4. Peter, the category is sport. Select.
A 2.
A 2-point question for a win for you. In play, how many players are there on an ice hockey team?
8.
Peter.
6.
Is correct.
What did he say? Dirty bastard. They're obsessed over there, aren't they?
Someone bet him 10 Deutschmarks that he couldn't get sex in.
They're obsessed over there.
Peter.
6.
Oh, no, thank you. Talk about it after going for golds.
How many players are there on an ice hockey team? Peter.
6.
Is
dirty git. Right, we'll finish this tomorrow. I'm quite enjoying that, but I'm just suddenly realise it's quite loud.
What is the unit of currency they had in Austria before the euro? It wasn't Deutschmarks, of course.
I don't know, Austria. The Pfennig?
A Pfennig?
The Pfennig? Was it a Pfennig?
No.
Why not?
Isn't that just the German version of a penny? That's where we get penny from.
No.
Yeah.
Shilling. The shilling.
No.
It was a shilling.
A shilling?
A shilling.
Wow.
Wait or wait.
Wait.
We couldn't do this show, guys, without booze. Or Gregorian Emerson Family Law Solicitors. We've got sponsors, and they pay us some money, not a lot of money, and we mention them 3 times. 3 times during the show, we do some tweets, they get mentioned in the podcast. gelaw.co.uk. If you're getting divorced, go and have a look. Go and have a look at their website. If you are in Devon and Cornwall, it's a whole lot safer, thanks to Nick and his team, including Zeus the sexy dog. Oh, look, he's got one of those coochie trainers. Poseidon Safety Management. Are you going to need them? Possibly not. If you don't live in Devon, Cornwall, there's a chance you won't need them. But it's nice to know that there are lovely people out there who are doing, tried and tested, thank you, who are doing stuff to make their areas significantly better. We've got another lockdown coming up, and the last one, they did free patrols for a school that got broken into and free patrols for a pub that got broken into.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is go and break into a pub or
No,
a school.
don't.
No, what I'm saying is keep an eye out, because they'll probably be doing something this time as well. They are also sponsors, as are Gregorian Emerson, of the Late Night Alternative Performance Ring Talent Show that's coming up on November the 18th. It is gonna happen, and you could be in it. They are the prize pot is at £401 and a penny.
Imagine.
First prize is 250 quid, thanks to these guys. Abbey Care Specialist Addictions Recovery Clinics. We'll have a look at their website again tomorrow, because it's a really good website. We've got some guests tomorrow. I must remember to sort that out.
They've got clinics in Glasgow and Gloucester. They've given us basically it's not a code. If you get in touch with them and mention this advert, you get 25% off.
New to this too, though, this is not where you get the free beer from. Addiction sucks, I know, because I'm an addict, and these people can really, really help you and can really make a difference. 34sp.com, it's our last week with them for now. They've been fantastic to work with. Again, we'll have a look at their website tomorrow as well. It's web hosting, basically, but it's ethical web hosting. Why would you choose them over some of the bigger companies? Because they're nice people. They're really good people. Small team, but they're available on the phone 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, I think 365 days a year.
They take great pride in their straightforward customer service. Pricing is really simple. What you see is what you pay. And in fact, if you use the code TLNA, they'll give you 3 months free to try them out.
If you want to sponsor the show, we are booked up for the next few weeks. We've got a really exciting company that are working with us next week. Send an email to latenightalternative@gmail.com. It's a few hundred a week. We'll do a discount if you book 4 weeks. You get 3 mentions in the show, mention on the podcast, and 1 or 2 tweets a week to my 102,000 followers. Don't forget, you can always make donations to us at www.paypal.com/Iain Lee. And oh look, why has it done it like that? That's funny, isn't it? Have I got caps lock? That's why. Babe, what's going on?
Do you remember when that used to be our ultimate prank at 3 Counties?
Was
Putting
you
caps
doing
lock on each other. I didn't do it. No, I wish I'd thought of it.
And also, what is going on there? What's going on? Hey, something's happened to my keyboard.
Uh-oh.
Because where someone's got water on it, you've absolute...
No.
Catherine.
It won't be that, will it?
Well, why is it...
I don't know.
Ah! Wiley!
Oh, man.
Okay. Unbelievable. So if I do... Okay, so slash doesn't work.
Oh, mate. Oh. Scheiße.
Catherine.
I'll get you a new one.
No, it's all right. Don't worry. I think I've got another one somewhere. It might dry out in the morning. Don't worry. It's fine. Anyway, so that means I can do a raid. We can do a raid on here. Let us go. Don't worry about it. I've got another one somewhere, and it might dry out, and it's my fault for drinking your water. You see? Let's go and do a cheeky little raid. Oh, that's us. Let us go
dear.
to browse. I fancy a bit of music.
Okay.
Where's music? Can you see
We
music?
haven't done music for ages.
We haven't done music. Art music. Here we go. Let's have a little look. We want low to high. Fancy some Rocksmith. Anybody's choice. I've got to be careful because we get penalised so much with the music, so I don't fancy that. Rock, paper, scissors for America.
Vote for California, right?
Yeah. Well, you pick. So if I win, I get California. If you pick, so you got to decide which one you want to win.
Let's start small. Let's start with.
Why have they sneaked a load of political ones on the music section?
No one's really, it's not really given us exciting. What is this?
And she keeps going on and on. This is the
Yeah?
Is she going to notice?
Yes, man. She's got one person. She's going to notice.
All right, it's going.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Real Pop Tart. Let's go and raid Real Pop Tart if I can. I'm going to do it on. Can I do it on here? Oh shit.